Very, very soon. We are live. Alright guys, welcome to the stream. Today we have the Belgian Grand Prix qualifying. It is wet in Belgium. It's going to be very, very exciting indeed. Hello Rickus, nice to see that you're here. And yeah, it's going to be very, very good indeed. Wet conditions, the drivers will be pushing to the absolute limit. 20 minutes now till qualifying, and all the drivers are getting ready to put in probably one of the most difficult laps around the whole calendar, because the lap is so long. A lap in the wet is around about 2 minutes long, which is 2 minutes of full driving on the limit in the wet is very, very difficult. Hello, Just Storms, Sujal Singh, your two fruit. Nice to see everyone's here, and we've still got fans after the summer break. I was kind of worried, in fact, a bit, but well, nice to see everyone's back. And yeah, so we will be starting the commentary in 20 minutes when Quali starts, but there are very exciting things to talk about today. We have, well, of course, the rain, and then the situation with Valtteri Bottas, George Russell. Neither of the drivers said anything about their next contract. And also, guys, we have a new mic. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but does it sound better than the old one? If you guys remember, yeah, let me know if it sounds better or not. And it is wet, yes. Hello, Galab Pa and Nice Customs Garage from Trinidad. Very cool. So Max Verstappen topped FP1, which is very good from him. Oh no, FP3, sorry, which was in the rain, and he was a second quicker than Sergio Perez, and Hamilton was quite far behind. He was he was 1 second behind Verstappen. And it's light rain, so the track is wet. They'll be going out on inters, they won't be on full wets. But Max Verstappen driving 1 second quicker than anyone else in FP3. Like, that is some very, very good driving from Max, and we hope to see this in qualifying as well. You're going to have to be very important not to make a mistake. And also, guys, because there is so many Eau Rouge and Blanchimont, these two corners are very high speed, and in the rain, and especially on inters, it's very touch and go if you go full throttle throughout the corners. But if you do go full throttle, you have a massive gain in terms of lap time. So anyone who tries to go full throttle through Eau Rouge will be putting themselves at a higher risk of obviously having a crash and like having a spin. But obviously, the faster you try and go, the more likely you are to have a crash, of course. But the Eau Rouge and Blanchimont. So Eau Rouge is obviously, I think everyone knows which corner Eau Rouge is. It's this little corner here, and then Blanchimont is this like little kink on the back straight. And both of these drivers will be, well, not both of these drivers, all 20 of these drivers will be trying to go flat out through these corners, and we'll see who can do it and who can't. You've been here since 1K. Wow. I in fact, I do remember you, Just Tom. So yeah, you probably have been here for quite a while, in fact. And also, guys, I do have a link to, if any of you guys are Verstappen fans, there's a link to an Orange Army shirt in the description. So if you guys want to check that out, because I think the shirt's pretty cool. I'm gonna order it sometime soon, I think. But I'm more of a Vettel fan, but the Aston Martin merch is really expensive. So yeah, I don't know what I'll do, but definitely I'm sort of thinking about maybe even doing merch. We'll see what happens. But for now, we are 15 minutes away from qualifying at Belgium. It's going to be pretty exciting. Who do you guys think is going to get pole? I don't think I'm going to put in I'm not going to put a poll in, but let me know in chat who you think is going to get pole position. And who do you think is going to surprise us, you know? We could see Stroll. Remember last year, in the wet, the racing points, Sergio Perez nearly got pole. Sergio Perez was second. Lance Stroll got pole position in the racing point. So, you know, it is, the Astons definitely do have a good chance in the rain. They were very strong last year. And oh my god, guys, I've just seen the camera and it is pouring it down in Spa. The rain is pretty heavy. And yeah, it's looking pretty. The drivers may even have to start on wets. I'm not sure exactly, but the rain looks pretty heavy, especially going up Eau Rouge. Yeah, wet tires for sure. It might be inters, might be full wets, but by the looks of it, it's quite close to being either of them because the rain is very very heavy indeed. Um, Daddy's Cash will get pole. Well, I mean, Stroll's actually a good driver in changeable conditions because, according to some experts, his driving style is he doesn't have a particular driving style. He just adapts to the situation, and adapting to the situation is basically what you need when you're driving in the wet. So Stroll is very well suited to the wet, and yeah, I saw the six car crash, and it was actually it was pretty scary to be honest because it was just one car piling up after another car after another car. So they definitely need to make some changes to the tire wall there. They don't change the track, but if you change the tire wall, then that will probably be the best way to go. I'm in isolation at the moment, and my phone might have a virus. Lol. Well, I hope you're doing all right, Rickus. I think you asked me how I was doing before. I'm doing pretty good as well. Yeah, I've just missed Formula One quite a bit and had nothing to do on the weekends. But here we are back at Belgium. 10 minutes now till it is starting, and yeah, we will be underway. Oops. All right. Hello, Kies. What's up? How'd you cope with the month away from F1? Not. I mean, I didn't have much to do on weekends really, but went out, did a few hikes. That was pretty cool. But yeah, getting back now into three. We have a trip. We have a triple headers now. Um, Triple header. So we have Belgium, then the Dutch Grand Prix, Max Verstappen's home Grand Prix, and in fact then Monza. So all three races are going to be very, very exciting indeed. Belgium, a very good track. The Dutch fans are going to be absolutely crazy at, well, Zandvoort, and the Italian Tifosi is going to be absolutely crazy at Monza. So very good triple header for all of the fans here. Yes, I did do Le Mans, in fact. I yeah. Well, I started off the stream and I realized I didn't know that much about Le Mans, so I couldn't commentate properly. But yeah, we also did a Le Mans stream, which was pretty cool. Yeah, the triple header is going to be very, very good indeed. Um, yeah, just can't wait for that really. And yeah, hello, Third Wizard. What's up? Yeah, it's going good. 13 minutes. It's raining pretty heavily at Spa, and in fact, guys, it's Mick Schumacher is wearing a tribute helmet today because it's 30 years since his dad debuted at Spa. In fact, and Michael Schumacher's debut at Spa was very very good indeed. Completely outperformed his car. So maybe let's see what Mick can do this weekend. You know, maybe he can get it into Q2. That will definitely be a very good job for him. And maybe in the wet, you know, changeable conditions, Mick's driving talent can shine through. Um, yeah. And also looking at this, I think Fernando Alonso got his contract signed for 2022, so he'll be driving for Alpine. And yeah, it's looking very, very good indeed for everyone. Love to see the rain. It's definitely going Max and Checo's way if it plays out tomorrow. Well, looking at FP1 and FP2, I mean, looking at FP3, sorry, which was in the rain, the Red Bulls are looking quick. Even Perez was quicker than Hamilton, so it is looking very, very good indeed. But yeah, all right now, so 10 minutes till we go live in Belgium. All right, excited when I finish the Super Hamilton music. Well, yeah, looking forward to listening to that, Ivan. Yeah, my chat isn't on screen. Oh my god, why is it not there? It should show up now. Yeah, there's just an empty space because my chat was meant to be there. I don't know. Guys, if you just type in chat, it will probably show up now. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah, that was my fault. I forgot to turn it off. Well, turn it back on again. But yeah, I'm thinking back to Max's insane save in Brazil. Yeah, that was a very good save. He was basically 90 degrees to the track at that point. And yeah, do you have radio for the session? I do have radio. I will play the radio when it comes through because all of the drivers, they're still in the garage now. Garage. So there's no radio just yet, but I will play the radio when it comes through. And yeah, because I know you guys love to see the radio. All right. So, and actually, looking at this weekend, Kimi Raikkonen, in fact, didn't have the best weekend. His nickname is the King of Spa, but in FP1 had a spin and then couldn't continue, and then in FP3 today also didn't get much driving around. I'm not sure exactly what happened to him, but I think there was some sort of incident with Kimi, and he hasn't been performing that well. So let's see if he can pull through in quali. Yeah. Do you like Lance? I think Lance is actually capable driver. Oh my god, guys, it's raining even heavier in Belgium. It's pretty heavy rain. Yeah. It was brake failure. Thanks, Just Storms. Yeah, Kimi Räikkönen had brake failure, so he's not had that much practice around Spa. But let's see if he can pull through because he has the most experienced driver on the grid, you know. But guys, it is raining heavily, like very, very heavily, at Spa today. And yeah, I am looking forward to this because it's going to be good. And I can see just out on track now, it is, yeah, all right. It's looking good. I think I might get a Twitter post up just to show you how much rain there is. Um, because, yeah, that's how we do it. Because I show all you guys the stuff on Twitter. Because if I don't, then I'll get copyrighted by YouTube. Because YouTube is amazing. I don't think there'll be a red flag. I think they'll stay out on track because that's what they just got to do, really. And, yeah. Ocon to snag another win. Well, you know who knows what happens. Let's find the McLaren because McLaren posted an image of the rain. All right. What's the weather forecast for tomorrow's race? It still says 80% chance of rain for tomorrow as well. So if it's raining pretty heavily today, it looks like it'll be raining pretty heavily tomorrow as well. All right. So, oops, what's this? Yeah, guys, I just want to show you that this is the rain. That's the rain currently at Spa. It's pretty heavy. Yeah, the rain is pretty heavy at Spa today. Um, so yeah, it's going to be a good weekend, a good race for sure, a good qualifying, sorry, and tomorrow's race will probably be even better. Um, it's raining pretty heavily. All right. I need to see the chat again. I don't know what's going on. Max, 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 Super Max. Glad that Russell has points. And yeah, I mean Russell. Obviously, he got promoted even higher. In fact, because of what happened to Vettel, which I'm very, very sad about. I didn't want Vettel to get disqualified, but obviously the rules are rules. And yeah, it's going to be a good weekend today. Good weekend. It's going to be a good race, good qualifying. Oh my god, I can't talk. I haven't commentated for like 3 weeks, and I've already forgot how to do it. But 8 minutes, and 7 minutes, and qualifying will be underway, and it's going to be very, very, very good to watch. Yeah, this Vettel kind of got screwed, but that is what it is. Wish you could watch the on-track action, mate. Yeah, Australian broadcast, Sky Sports just have all of the rights, um, and then they've just made everything really expensive, which is not very nice of Spa, you know. But it's pretty heavy rain. I wish I could show you this, guys. Maybe I'll find some more images of the rain. That's so weird. Images of the rain, but yeah, it's gonna be pretty heavy rain. Um, oh my god! Here we go. I've got an image. Good. Also, guys, if you are Max Verstappen fans, there is a link to an Orange Army T-shirt in the description. So if you guys want to watch that. If you guys want to buy that, then go ahead and do so because it's a pretty good shirt. And yeah, so this is what the rain looks like in Spa. My Twitter's really slow, but it's the camera is completely wet and the whole of the track is completely soaked. And yeah. So that's that. It's pretty heavy rain, and I'm looking forward to it. Okay, 6 minutes now till quali is underway, and yeah, who do you think's gonna perform the best? In wet qualifying today, do you think Vettel will be able to pull out a masterclass of a lap? Um, maybe maybe, let's see who could do a good lap. I think Ricardo could definitely do a good lap. He is, well, a very talented driver for sure, and maybe he could get back into form because of he hasn't been on form. Obviously, Norris in P4 and FP3, Danny Rick down in P13. But maybe Ricardo could pull through in the rain. And yeah, we'll have to wait and see now. But we're building up, and the rain is getting heavier. It is very, very good indeed. How am I today? I'm doing pretty good. The past 3 weeks, I've watched Le Mans, which was fairly exciting, and yeah, that's been about it. Vettel and Verstappen, you think will do well? Both of the drivers starting with V. Well, cool. I definitely want Vettel to do well for sure. The new mic sounds very good. Thank you. Yeah, I think it was £60. The whole setup, but I think the mic quality is a lot better than what it was before, which is absolutely great. And also, if anyone wants to keep track of the so yeah, how many times I say so yeah, then do let me know and I'll change. I'll keep on updating it because why not? Um, okay, so apparently it says that there's 10 minutes of it's gonna stop raining in 10 minutes. We'll have to wait and see what actually happens because the weather is um, pretty unpredictable at Belgium, and that's usually why we have such interesting races there. In fact, but yeah, the safety car is out and they're checking if it's safe enough. Perez could definitely do it very well. In fact, if you guys saw in 2018, what happened is um, Perez lost the car going up Eau Rouge, and he saved it on like a massive drift, which was very, very cool. Yeah, that was a very cool save from Sergio Perez. And yeah, is it possible to put the local time on screen or on the full screen? It will be handy. The local time. I could probably do that. All right. I'll see. I'll do it for tomorrow's stream. All right. I can't do it for this stream because yeah, but I will let you know how much time there is left. There's only 3 minutes till qualifying now, and yeah, 3 minutes. I've said and yeah so many times as well. Okay. Well, I guess so yeah and yeah. I guess the word yeah could probably get its own thing, but all right, guys. So I'm gonna start the commentary now. So, welcome to Belgium. It is the it's the home to Spa Francorchamps, one of the longest racetracks, in fact, in terms of length and in terms of distance from one corner to the furthest corner. And yeah, it's 7 kilometers long. The highest top speeds of 220 miles an hour, and the race lap record is a 1 minute 46 from Valtteri Bottas. There are 19 turns on the whole circuit, and the most exciting turns, of course, Eau Rouge and Radion. Especially on lap 1, all of the chaos goes down there. Then coming into the Lacombe chicane at the end of the massive Kemmel Straight, that was very, very. There's a lot of overtaking potential there. And then ending out the lap at the bus stop chicane as well. There is a lot of overtaking opportunities. Very late on the brakes you can go, and yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who can do what. Yeah, rest in peace, Antoine Hubert. And the tyre compounds for this weekend, we have the C4, C3, and C2 tyres. And of course, those are the soft, mediums, and hards. All of the drivers will probably be on inters for qualifying today. Full sessions all wet, and in fact they're delaying the start of the qualifying session because of rain. So yeah, as I said, qualifying will be starting, but then they've started to delay the qualifying because of the heavy rain. So don't go anywhere because I will still be commentating. It will be probably a 5 minute delay till they check out if the track is clear enough. But if you guys remember last year in Austria, it was so heavy, the rain, but they still got qualifying done. So I don't think there's going to be any chance that qualifying will be cancelled, but it will definitely be maybe 5 minutes till we go underway. So by the looks of it, it says the puddles are a bit too big. And the teams will be given a 5 minute warning to when qualifying will be start. So the puddles on track are a bit big for the drivers to go out, because it would be dangerous, because if you aquaplane, then you're flying at 200 miles an hour with no control over the car, which is probably not the best idea to do. But yeah. All right, so we have a calendar update. In fact, so next week we have the Netherlands, and the week after that we have Italy. Then a week's break, then Russia, and then another week's break, and then we have Turkey. Then we have USA, Mexico, a race that isn't decided yet. Then the race in Saudi Arabia, and then to end the season out in Abu Dhabi. Um, but those are the remaining races. So the Netherlands, Italy, Russia, Turkey, USA, Mexico, Brazil, a race that hasn't been decided yet, Saudi Arabia, and Abu Dhabi. Um, Humidity is 93%. Yeah, 94%. It says 94% on this thing, but yeah, very high humidity, and the track is completely wet. And I can see, in fact, going up into Eau Rouge, because you know how Eau Rouge is uphill. All of the rain rolls down, like trickles down the whole of Eau Rouge, and it comes down right at the bottom of the hill, and that's where there's a massive puddle, and that's the big issue, because if they're going up Eau Rouge and they have no control of where the car's going, that's probably one of the most dangerous things ever. Well, at least in Formula One. So yeah, hello Mundar. Do you think we'll have a close championship like in 2016? I think for sure we'll have a close championship. Yeah. And I did see the camera that Alonso had on in practice. It was very, very good. It was so cool to see that. Like, if you guys aren't in the Discord, also be sure to join the Discord and follow me on Instagram and Twitter, where I post this kind of stuff. But the onboard from helmet cam was so cool. Like, that was the closest we'll ever get to like actually driving an F1 car, and it looked like you could see Alonso looking left, looking right, to see what's going on. We have some team radio from the FIA and Mercedes. I'm just going to listen to what they're saying. All right. So, yeah, they were just confirming that there's going to be a 5 minute warning before the session starts, because obviously the drivers have to be ready to like, well, the teams have to be ready to start the engines up, get everything up to temperature. The safety car's currently driving around now, seeing if it is safe enough, but the curbs are also going to be very, very dangerous indeed, because um, any all of the curb is painted, and then paint alongside rain, it does not go well. You have very, very little grip. And yeah, also guys, if you haven't liked and subscribed, be sure to like and subscribe, because it very much does help out the stream, and the more likes we have, the more viewers we get, and then it just carries on going up, which will be absolutely lovely, because more people in chat is what we want. Yeah, Merc to FIA, Michael, I have an email for you. Kimi was P20 because in FP3 he had a brake failure, so that's why he couldn't. That's why he was in last place, because he had a brake failure and couldn't go out on track. My predictions for the fastest time, I think what it is what was I gonna say? I think it'll be around 2 minutes will be the quickest lap time, and yeah. Why is the live for the actual race live? I have no idea what that means, but cool. You sure? I didn't see the overtake. In fact, in F3. Yeah, unfortunately, I was out. I was outside, so I could not see the overtake. But I guess you can describe it to me in chat if you want to. Um, but the sparks on like the and also guys, you have to take into consideration, if anyone's good in quali today and it's dry in tomorrow's race, then they may start really high up the field, but they'll have a wet setup, and if they have a wet setup, then they're not going to be able to have like a good performance in the dry, basically. So maybe watch out, if someone does really, really well today, they might not do so well tomorrow. And yeah, when do I think Kimi will retire? That's a pretty weird. I mean, I haven't. Kimi will probably drive next year, and then if the next year's racing is really, really good, he'll probably carry on, if he can. But if not, then he will just he'll probably end like this next season or the season after, maybe. Um, but yeah, so going out on track, even the safety car is putting so much spray. And also, guys, you have to remember, whoever goes out on track first gets no spray whatsoever. So that is a massive advantage to whoever's out on track first, because if you have no spray, that's going to help out your visibility, and if you can see more of the track, that's going to help out with performance. Q1 will start in, well, we don't know just yet because there's a delay because of the rain, but in 5 minutes time it should start. So, well, we'll get a 5 minute warning when it should start. What are your opinions on reverse starting grids? I don't think reverse starting grids are the way forward for Formula One, to be honest. I think just getting cars without dirty air is um, probably the way to go. And okay, so Alpine's like head, so like Alpine's team principal has said it's pretty close to runnable conditions with full wet tires. So, um, yeah, full wet tires. So there's going to be no inters. Everyone's going to be on full wets and just driving around Spa in full out, flat out wet conditions. Yeah, yeah. One sec, guys. I just need to change the title of the stream. All right, so we're back. My PC specs. I have a terrible laptop. So I have an i3 100U and 8 gigs of RAM. So that's it. There's literally no much more. I'm on a laptop. I need to upgrade to a new PC, but obviously that's going to take a lot of a lot of money to upgrade to a decent PC for streaming. I will update it to 7. Thanks, Kiez. Appreciate it. And yeah, all right. So it's wet conditions now out on track. The safety car, the windscreen wipers on the safety car are basically going crazy. The safety car still has a lot of grip. They're not drifting around or anything. So it will just be a matter of time before we get running now. So the Alpine, so it stopped raining, but there is still quite a lot of water out on track. So whoever starts their qualifying lap last will probably have the best chance of doing well. So you're also gonna have to take that into account. Like if you go last, you're gonna have a better lap. You're gonna have better track conditions than if you go first. But if you go first, then you have no spray. So it's a big trade off there. When does Q1 start? There is a delay, and the FIA haven't told us yet when Q1 starts. So I will let you know. And Bottas, there is no news of where Bottas is going. Bottas said in the press conference that he doesn't know yet where he's going to go next year, if he's going to be at Mercedes or if he's going to be at Alpha. But yeah. What is the safety car like in the Nordschleife? Yeah, I mean the safety car, it will take 8 minutes for the full safety car to go around, and if it's raining, that'll be even longer. Okay, so Q2 is starting, guys. I have a time. It's starting in exactly 5 minutes, like the FIA say. We'd have a 5-minute warning. So Q1, sorry, is starting in 5 minutes time, and yeah, it's going to be very, very good indeed. All of the teams are now just drying out the pit boxes to get as little water on the thing. To get as little water on the pit boxes as possible. And yeah, who do you think is going to end up on pole position? I'd say it would be a battle between Max and Lewis, really. Perez is good in the wet conditions. Well, he can be good, but he's not always good. And then Valtteri Bottas is not having a good season in the wet. He's been spinning a lot. He crashed last week. Last year in Turkey, spun about 30 times. So not the best idea for Valtteri Bottas. So it'll probably be between Max and Lewis. But maybe Stroll or Norris can perform. We never know who's gone for a wet setup and who's gone for a dry setup, you know. And yeah. Red Bull and Mercedes will be battling for the top 4, yeah. The strats probably go first for the back market teams, and maybe top teams will be last to come out. Yep. I mean, whoever starts their lap with like 10 seconds left to go has the best track conditions. And yeah. Alright, this Beehive squad, you have been banned for spamming the chat. I really don't see why you'd do that. But anyway, it's very, very exciting now. 5 minutes. The rain has stopped, but there is still a lot of standing water around it. And the science behind the wet tires, basically, the grooves in the tires, they allow the water to go into the grooves, and then as the tire rotates, the rotating tire pushes the water outside of the grooves. So the full wet tires can in fact displace 65 liters of water per second. So if you guys imagine one water bottle as 1 liter, a wet tire can get rid of 65 water bottles worth of water in 1 second. Yeah. And alright, so 3 minutes now till we are underway at Belgium, and safety cars still going around, will probably be coming in very, very soon indeed, and the drivers will be coming out, and the drivers are going to have to be very careful as well. And also, if you plan to go out last in the session, then you're gonna have to think about, because maybe someone could crash in front of you, and then if obviously if they crash in front of you, there's going to be a yellow flag, and you won't be able to go quickly through that section of the track, and that will also ruin your lap. So it's always a fine balance, you know. But qualifying is starting now in 2 minutes time, well 1 minute 30 now. So yep, Norris and Latifi and Russell are already out into the pit lane getting ready to go out at the front, because of course you don't want to get stuck behind in all of the spray. Sonoda, Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, all of the drivers coming out, Gasly's coming out, and all of them are lining up at the end of the pit lane now. They're just queuing up, and yeah. So by the looks of it, the major storm of what was happening at Belgium has now has passed away. So now the rain has stopped just for a while now. And yeah. I mean, I think the and yeah also counts as well. So my keyboard keeps closing on my lol. Okay. um, I want to see an unexpected pole. I think everyone would love to see someone unexpected on pole. Maybe Norris gets his first pole position. Yeah, I mean, anyone could do it. Anyone who masters the conditions, pushes to the absolute limits, and adapts very, very well can probably get pole position here. And just before the qualifying starts now, it's 30 seconds till the light goes green. If you guys haven't hit the like button, be sure to do so. And if you guys haven't subscribed, then also be sure to do that. It will very much help out the channel. Yeah. All right. Yeah, here we go then. You think pole will be 33, and then you think Hamilton for okay, Hamilton second, and then Perez or Norris third. I think that's a pretty safe bet, to be honest. But yeah, 1 second now, and the light should be going green at Belgium. Yep, the light is green. So the first drivers out are Latifi, Russell, Norris is behind them, and yeah. All right. Well, 12. It should be up to 12 now, so I'll change that. And then I'll get underway with the commentary. But looking from the helicopter cam, in fact, it is they're just full of clouds. We can't even see the track from the helicopter cam. All of the drivers now out on track. Well, not everyone, but most drivers coming out on track now. Norris, Gasly, Russell, Bottas, Latifi, Schumacher. And yeah, Q1 is underway, and there we see Latifi, first driver out on track. He will have no spray whatsoever. He's on intermediate tyres, in fact. So interesting strategy from those guys. Russell is also on intermediates. I'm going to confirm which tyres everyone's on, just so you know. Just so you know. Okay, I'm totally not doing it. Okay, so Lando Norris is on the wets. Okay, so I'm just going to bring up the tyres to make sure we know which tyres everyone's on, because that's quite important, you know. All right, tyres. So both of the Williams are on intermediates, and everyone else is going on to wet. So interesting strategy from Williams. Maybe they can get in a good lap here right at the start on inters, and that will outperform everyone else on wets. You know, wait and see. I'm just going to take a quick drink, otherwise my voice is going to go. All right. We have George Russell. We have some team radio from George Russell, in fact, so I'm just going to play that.
As it stands, we don't think there'll be any more rain for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, Nathan just drops at times.
Alright, so they're saying there's going to be no more rain for the next 15 minutes. There'll only be tiny little drops, but other than that, there will be no rain. Latifi and Russell both on inters. We're going to see if they're going to pit or stay out. But yeah, let's wait and find out what happens, you know. There is a lot of spray, by the way. If we could get Fernando Alonso's helmet cam, that would be very, very cool. Yeah, I do have a new mic. Well, glad you guys noticed. If you guys noticed it's a new mic, then obviously it's doing its job and it's better. So Latifi now starting his lap, going down the straight. He's going to be very, very careful. Short shifting, definitely, to minimize traction loss. So now coming across the start finish line, going into turn 1, he's going to be trying getting as much tire temperature as possible, because tire temperature is very important in the wet. So braking off center, not on the usual racing line, because he needs to get the maximum amount of grip on, and in the wet conditions the usual racing line doesn't have the most grip. So Latifi now going up through Eau Rouge. We'll wait and see if he sticks it through flat through Eau Rouge. Probably won't, because first time, there's no point trying to risk it. And yeah. All right, what do you think about Stroll on pole? Oh, that actually rhymes, but Stroll could definitely get pole. That's a cool rhyme. I'm going to say it for the rest of the stream now. But now Latifi now just going down the Camel straight, being very careful not to hit any standing water puddles, because any standing water can definitely like completely unsettle the car. So we have now George Russell has gone quicker than Nicholas Latifi by 0.3 in the first sector. Now we'll wait and see what Lando Norris's time is. Okay, guys, so Williams have made the correct tyre call and they've gone on to Inters, and everyone else is on the wets, but George Russell has put in quicker sector times than Lando Norris. Maybe that's just a one-off, but he's also quicker than Kimi Räikkönen as well, and he's quicker than Yuki Tsunoda. So Williams have done it. They've made a good strategy call now, and they are on Inters while everyone else is on wets. Everyone else is going to have to box this lap to get onto the correct tyres, whereas Williams is already out on track. They'll have a clear track, minimum spray. It's going to be very, very good indeed. We have a yellow flag. Oh no, what's happened here? All right, I'm going to find out what happened. Yellow flag condition, so I'm going to just update the thing. Yellow flag. But I think it might be Mazepin. Oh no, it's Latifi. It's Latifi. Latifi has done... oh no, he's back on track. Okay, so Latifi's just spun. Hasn't had any issue. Well, he's spun, but he hasn't crashed. So there's that. George Russell has the quickest middle sector as well. So George Russell will be P1, guys, in Q1. Well, at least for 1 second at least, because he'll be the first driver putting in laps. But he's on the correct strategy with the correct tyres, because he's got a 60-second middle sector, and all of the other drivers are currently on 65, 70-second middle sectors. So George Russell 10 seconds quicker than everyone else in the middle sector. Absolutely astonishing performance from him. He goes across the line now, will be P1 with a 2-minute 11 lap time. And so George Russell done a very, very solid lap. Nicholas Latifi had a bit of a spin, I think, in the middle sector. He now crosses the line 20 seconds behind his teammate. Yep, so he had a little spin in the middle sector. He lost 20 seconds in the middle sector. Lando Norris goes 5 seconds behind George Russell, and Kimi Räikkönen goes 2 seconds behind George Russell. Kimi Räikkönen has a better third sector than George Russell, and Yuki Tsunoda, in fact, goes in front of Räikkönen. So Russell's still on pole, well, provisional pole before all of the drivers put in their lap. Gasly goes quicker than Russell by a full second now, so everyone's adapting to the conditions, and we'll see which tyres are the best. But if George Russell is quicker than is basically at the same speed as Lewis Hamilton on wet, I think the Inters are the correct tyres to be on. So I was right. Nicholas Latifi had a little spin, but he is back out on track, so that's completely fine now. And yeah. Alright, so let me just read the chat, because I forgot about that for a second. Yeah, I automatically did assume Mazepin, because he was going a bit slowly, in fact, so I just assumed Mazepin. But yeah, if Stroll can get his act together and beat his teammate, he's clearly back. Yeah, well, anyone who can concentrate and get and adapt well is going to do very, very well. I said this, and in fact, Ricciardo has done a very good job. He goes just behind Lewis Hamilton and significantly ahead of Lando Norris. Perez now crosses the line, 2-minute 10 lap time from him. So Perez now quickest. Let's see where Verstappen is now. Verstappen's going through Blanchimont. We'll see what he does with. If he stays flat. If he doesn't, we'll be able to see through his sector times. And yeah, all right. So George Russell's, in fact, on a second flying lap, and he is flying. George Russell's got 2 purple sectors. He is absolutely flying on these intermediate tyres. I think these guys are going to have to box to get these intermediate tyres on. Max Verstappen goes 2 seconds quicker than Perez, but George Russell, look at this, guys. 5 seconds quicker than Max Verstappen. George Russell, can we get some George Russell pog or something? I don't know. We have some team radio from Lando Norris. I'm just going to play that.
Difficult to say still, but I think Inters will be better.
Okay, do you want to go for one more lap then? We can still do one more lap.
Yeah, let me do one lap.
Alright, so Lando Norris thinks Inters will be better, and the timings definitely have confirmed that. George Russell is P1, Nicholas Latifi P2, so everyone else will be coming right into the pits now, and all will just be switching onto those Inter tyres and getting back out on track, because they need to get out because otherwise it's just going to mess up their whole thing. But George Russell, absolutely amazing strategy call from Williams as well. So guys, if you guys think of this is 18 minutes long session Q1, so 18 minutes, that's a fairly long time in terms of qualifying. So if anyone makes a bad strategy call in Q3, that's going to have a very bad impact on them, because they won't be able to switch tires quick enough, you know. So yeah, Toto might be changing his mind. He might be like, George Russell P1 on Inters 3 seconds quicker than his teammate. I think we need to sign him. But yeah, Bottas is in fact quicker than Hamilton as well. So Bottas also doing a good job in the wet. So he's got back up to speed. But there is quite a bit of spray, so you don't want to be following anyone very closely. And by the looks of it, that is what's happening here. So Perez and Ricciardo and Leclerc, all of those guys, all scrunched up on the start-finish straight. You do not want to do that, because that will be a lot of spray, and it's just going to be very difficult. So we'll see. I think some drivers are pitting now. So Perez's pit, Ricciardo's pit, Sainz's pit, Schumacher's pit. So these guys will be switching onto the intermediate tyres. Esteban Ocon's also switched onto the Inters. Everyone will be coming onto the intermediate tyres and putting in the best lap they possibly can. But George Russell done a very, very good job indeed. Mr. Saturday himself has P1. Come on, guys, like P1, and he's in a Williams, like, amazing. I'll change that to 13. If you go to Q3 and you qualify using wets and Sundays as Inter, no. If it's a wet qualifying session, you can start on whichever tires you want in the race. So any tires that you want, you can start on if it's a wet qualifying session in Q2. So yeah, these drivers will probably be doing, will probably pick the medium tires and then go on to the hards towards the end of the race. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Also, guys, if you haven't hit the like button, then be sure to do so, because it will very much help out the stream. I think Russell will be coming in to get a fresh set of Inters, because obviously fresh set of Inters, and probably refuel the car a bit, so get the car as light as possible and then put in one absolutely amazing lap. But yeah, Perez is also on, yeah, everyone is on Inters, and I think everyone else who's currently on wets will be pitting very, very soon. There's 8 minutes left of the session, and yep, if Inters, but like Inters and wets are quite different. Yeah, they are. I mean, as in, Inters can only displace, I think, oh my god, that was a pretty big drift from Lewis Hamilton. Yep, I was just watching the TV feed. Hit a massive drift coming out the first corner. Alright. Well, guys, who do you think is going to get knocked out in Q1? Because it's anyone's game here. It's very much dependent on driver skill. So anyone who does get knocked out is more it's more of their fault rather than the driver's fault, you know? I mean, rather than the team's fault. It's more of the driver's fault rather than the car's fault. So who do you guys think is going to get knocked out? I think Mazepin is for sure going to get knocked out. But, you know, if the Haas teams pull like an amazing strategy and get him out with no spray, then maybe Mazepin can even do it. Okay, so Esteban Ocon is out on Inters, and he has set a purple first sector. In fact, he's, I think, quite a bit quicker than George Russell, in fact. So a green middle sector, 1 second slower than George Russell. We'll wait and see what Esteban Ocon can do. Coming through Blanchimont now, there's quite a bit of traffic ahead. Does not want to get any spray from Latifi or Leclerc ahead now. Going into the final corner, the bus stop chicane, it's very, very easy to lock up there. We saw some lockups in FP3 as well. So here we go. Esteban Ocon now across the line. Where does he go? Esteban Ocon goes P3. So George Russell's lap time still stands. Esteban Ocon, last week's race, well, the last race's raced winner, is in P3, 1.5 seconds behind George Russell in the Williams. So very good job from him. Now we have Carlos Sainz setting purple sectors. So he's got the purple sector 1. Now we'll be going into sector 2. Sector 2 is a very long sector, and it's probably the most complicated sector of the whole track, really. So if you lose time there, it's not going to be beneficial. But yeah, all right. Cool. I need to read this chat. I've missed that. Okay, we're back to the British GP. He will probably get knocked out. You think Max will get pulled? Ricciardo, yeah, Ricciardo's down in P16. Maybe if he gets in another good lap. Everyone has switched to Inters now, though. And we'll see what Sainz's middle sector time will be. So his middle sector time. Okay, so George Russell goes even quicker. George Russell steals the first sector. George Russell is on fire, guys. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry I've talking about Russell for so long, but I'm sorry, he's in a Williams, he's in P1, and he's flying, and he's Mr. Saturday. Yeah, George Russell stand confirmed. No, but Sainz has also had a good middle sector. Norris goes 1 second quicker than George Russell, in fact. So both Brits, used to the horrible weather in England of just endless rain, are performing very well in the rain. What a surprise. But Perez has got the quickest middle sector, so it's anyone's game here. Everyone's setting purple sectors, and we'll wait and see who can successfully like complete a full lap, because you need a proper. There's no point having a good sector 1 when if you mess up sector 2, then there's just no point. You have to hook up every single part of the lap. Carlos Sainz goes 11 milliseconds quicker than George Russell. And then Perez goes 19 milliseconds quicker than Carlos Sainz. So this is so close between all of the drivers. And then Daniel Ricciardo goes 69 nice milliseconds ahead of Sergio Perez. So as I said, Danny Rick could perform well in the rain, and he is doing so. So next across the line, Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc blows everyone else out of the water. He goes a full half a second quicker than Daniel Ricciardo. Norris is now going to cross the line, and he is flying. He's got purple sectors, first and second sector. If he can hook up this final chicane, then let's see what he can do. And then we see Russell actually goes into P2, and then Max Verstappen beats his lap time and goes P1, 4/10 quicker from Max Verstappen. And now next across the line is Lando Norris, and he goes 8/10 quicker than Max Verstappen. Oh my god, what a lap. Norris could actually get pole. Like, this is absolutely crazy. Mick Schumacher in P10, as I said, guys, it's very, very much driver dependent. Mick Schumacher in P10, Nikita Mazepin down in P19. Oh my god. This is going to be a very good quali session, as I said. If you guys are enjoying the stream, be sure to hit the like button. It will very much help out. And yeah, all right. So we have now both. In fact, look at this, guys. The Mercedes in P14 and P17. Like, look at this. So everyone is setting green sectors now. So everyone's improving. The track is getting less and less water on the track, so anyone who sets the last lap time later on is going to have a much better track conditions, as I said before. So Lewis Hamilton now starting his lap. We'll see what he can do. Oh no, Lewis Hamilton's just finished his lap. He goes up into P4, but George Russell is still ahead of Lewis Hamilton, and George Russell's in the Williams, and Lewis Hamilton's in the Mercedes. Oh my god, this is absolutely brilliant. Valtteri Bottas next across the line goes P7, and yeah, we'll wait and see what happens now. So next across the line is Seb Vettel. Let's see what he could do. He doesn't have the best middle sector, made a little bit of a mistake there, lost a few seconds, so maybe not the best lap. Lewis Hamilton, in fact, goes purple in the first sector, so Hamilton's talent in the rain is shining through here, but obviously don't discount Max Verstappen. He is still yet to set a full, proper flying lap. He's still yet to set another lap. Lewis Hamilton has the best conditions right of now, but we'll see what Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton can both do. So Hamilton now going through no name corner, has a very good exit out of that corner. Now going into P1, 6th gear, just making sure the car does not lose the rear, because if you lose the rear, it's very, very difficult to recover, especially in a high speed corner. So Hamilton is fingertip driving basically through that track, through the middle sector now. But guys, Nicholas Latifi and George Russell both P3 and P6. The Williams is doing absolutely amazing indeed in today's session. So yeah, Williams absolutely flying. And yeah, all right. So let's get back to this. So what am I saying? Let's see what's going on. Hamilton now about to cross the line. Let's see where he can go, if he can take on Lando Norris. But look at this. Out of the top 5, 3 drivers are in the wet, and it's wet conditions. I think that has something to do with the horrible weather in England. I'm just complaining about the weather because I hate the weather and I live in England as well. But yeah, the rain has stopped, guys, so it's just standing water on track now. Lewis Hamilton cannot beat Lando Norris. In fact, Lando Norris is 4/10 quicker than Lewis Hamilton. Amazing lap from Lando Norris. He hooked it all up. All of his sectors were absolutely amazing. Very, very little mistakes, and he's back at it again. He's got another purple first sector. Lando Norris is flying in this rain. He's very well suited to this McLaren car, and they've probably put a wet setup on it, but this is very, very good indeed. What's up with Vettel? I have no idea what happened to Vettel. I think he might have got a lap time deleted, I think, for going off track limits. We'll wait and see. But he's about to cross the line now, so we'll see where he goes. But Norris is flying. Like, he's he is just unstoppable today. He's been unstoppable all season as well, you know. Had so many good performances all throughout the season. Vettel goes P10, so the Aston isn't looking as strong as it was looking last year. So now 19 seconds left of the session, guys. So whoever starts the lap now is going to have the best track conditions possible. So by the looks of it, Daniel Ricciardo might just get it, but he probably won't. So George Russell is the last driver to go out on the best track conditions. So maybe George Russell could be P1. You know, who knows? But Lando Norris now coming. He has a green middle sector, a purple first sector. Max Verstappen's got the purple middle sector. So Lando Norris and Max Verstappen battling for pole position. This happened in Austria, in fact. Both of those drivers were so close. Max Verstappen crosses the line, goes ahead of Lando Norris by 59 milliseconds. This is very close indeed. Lando Norris next to cross the line. Let's see what he can do. Can he fight back? He goes 4/10 quicker than Max Verstappen, guys. Lando Norris 4/10 quicker. Can we get some like Lando Norris's? Yeah, guys, this is his second job, by the way. Like he's a full-time Twitch streamer and he's a part-time F1 driver, and he's just beating Max Verstappen. Like, look at this, Lando Norris. Like, oh my god. Yep, Lando Norris absolutely flying. So I think some of you guys predicted Verstappen P1, Hamilton P2, and Norris or Perez P3. Yeah, Norris P1, George Russell P4. Oh my god, the scenes here are absolutely crazy. So next across the line is Valtteri Bottas. Can he improve? Had a bad middle sector, made a bit of a mistake, so I don't think he'll be able to improve on that. No, he cannot improve. Next across the line, Mick Schumacher. Can he do anything? Can he get himself out of Q1? And by the looks of it, it is not happening for him today. He is down in P18 and unfortunate, but he is not out of the session. Not out of Q1, sorry. So we have the drivers in the elimination zone now are Giovinazzi, Tsunoda, Schumacher, Raikkonen, and Mazepin. Bottas does have a 5th-place grid penalty. Yep, that's a good point, in fact. But Esteban Ocon, the last race's winner, is down in P15. So obviously the Alpine not performing that well in the rain, but Lando Norris flying, Max Verstappen in P2, and Lewis Hamilton P3. I expected those guys to be on the podium, but I did not expect that order. Oh my god, this has been absolutely amazing. So that has been the end of Q1, guys. Everyone's coming back into the pits, and Q2 will be starting in a matter of minutes now. So yeah, it's Q1 now. Q2 is starting in a matter of minutes. Yeah. Also, guys, we have 500 viewers. If you guys haven't hit the like button, be sure to do so. It will very much help out the stream and the channel. And if you guys haven't subscribed as well, be sure to do that. And also, if you guys are Max Verstappen fans, be sure to hit to click on the link in the description for the Orange Army shirt. It's a pretty good shirt. I think I might order it. I'm not sure. But Latifi P10, George Russell P5, everyone's flying. Seb Vettel P7. So he finally hooked up a good lap. Of course, had a little bit of a mistake going off track limits. But yeah, how's Norris doing that? I have no idea. Norris is just performing like, yeah, just absolute crazy from Lando Norris. George Russell just got points for the first time, and now he's P5 in a Williams in Q1. Like, did anyone expect that? I don't think so. How is Ricciardo so far behind? I have no idea. I think Ricciardo just missed out on setting a lap time right at the end in the best track conditions, but Lando Norris didn't have the best track conditions either. So I think Ricciardo is just not comfortable with that McLaren car. He's doing his best, but he just cannot perform to the level that Lando Norris is performing at. So yeah. Hello, Just Norms. Yeah, nice to see that you're still here. Norris missed a consistency, back on form, and after that Bottas disaster. Yeah, I mean, in fact, if he didn't crash last weekend, he had scored 15 races. He had scored points in 15 races in a row, Lando Norris. So he is definitely Mr. Consistent. And then we have Mr. Consistent on pole, Angry Dutch Boy in P2, #blessed in P3, the Tyre Whisperer in P4, and Mr. Saturday in P5. Like, oh my god, the memes, absolutely crazy. This deserves to show, yeah, I think Russell definitely does deserve a Mercedes seat for sure. He's in front of Valtteri Bottas as well, and obviously Russell's in the Williams and Bottas is in the Mercedes, but this is Formula 1, you know, it's not fair. It is definitely very impressive. So the track, there is still no rain, but there is standing water on the track. So it's not raining anymore, but there is There is still standing water on track. Yeah, hashtag no pole for Stroll. Well, that still rhymes, so I still might say it. Yeah, the Alpines almost didn't make it. Both down in P14, 15. Not looking good for those guys. But, you know, we'll see what happens. And, yeah. All right, so we have some team radio from Kimi Räikkönen. I don't think Kimi Räikkönen is going to be particularly happy because he did get just knocked out. But here we go. Okay, so his entire team radio was just swearing. So, well, it was like 2 words. I think he said a swear word and disgusting. So, yeah, Kimi Räikkönen is not happy. But I don't think anyone would be after getting knocked out in Q1 in changeable conditions. All right. Also, guys, if you haven't subscribed, be sure to do so. I think quite a lot of you are subscribed, but if you haven't, then yeah. We're trying to hit 10k. I might do a face reveal. I don't know because it all depends if my parents let me or not. So, yeah, have to wait and see on that. But, yeah. Salty old Kimi, haha. Poor performance from Yuki. Where's Yuki? What position is he? Yeah, P17, not the best. I think it is actually one of the first times he's driving. He drove in the wet conditions in Imola and in Hungary right at the start of the race, of course, but hasn't had the best... hasn't had a lot of practice in the wet, so I think it might be fair enough. He is a rookie, of course. But... yeah, comparing him to Gasly is obviously very unfair. Gasly's been in this sport for 3 years now, and he's been performing at the absolute top of his game. So, yeah, we'll wait and see what happens. But it is looking good for George Russell and Lando Norris. You know, Lando Norris could actually be on pole. Like, it's not like a maybe. There's a definite chance that Lando Norris could be on pole. Yeah, all right, I'm just going to get a drink, otherwise my throat is literally going to die. All right, add 1 to the so yeah counter. I think we're on like 15 because I saw like 3 chat messages. So we're on 15 on the so yeah counter. There we go. But yeah, all right. So coming into Q2 now, there is still no rain. By the looks of it, there is very, very little rain that is actually happening. But there is definitely a lot of standing water still on track now. So Nicholas Latifi now lining up at the end of the pit lane, and Lando Norris is out of the pit lane as well. So Nicholas Latifi, Lando Norris, George Russell, 3 drivers coming out of the pits now, and maybe both Williams could actually get into Q3 today. That is a definite possibility with Latifi. I think Latifi was in P8 or P9 in Q1, so a definite chance both Williams could be in Q3, which would be very, very exciting after the fact that they got their first points in absolutely ages just last weekend. And well, yeah, not last weekend, last F1 weekend. I've made that thing like 5 times now. But yeah, Latifi is out, Norris is out, Hamilton's also out, Russell and Bottas out. So all of these drivers coming out now. And yeah, Alonso's out. Everyone will be trying now to just go on minimum fuel loads, because the less fuel you have, the quicker the car is going to be, because it weighs less, of course. But it's going to be a fine balance, because if you want to go for a second lap because the track conditions have suddenly got a lot better, then you won't be able to do it. So I think by the looks of it, we might have maybe 5 or 6 flying laps in this qualifying session from each driver. Oh no, not 5 or 6. We'll probably have four flying laps from each driver. But yeah, everyone's lining up at the end of the pit lane because no one wants to get stuck in a bunch of spray. So the drivers yet to come out now are Verstappen, Perez, Vettel, and Stroll. And yeah, Latifi is still at the head of the pack, as it would be, and he has no spray. Lando Norris has left a massive gap to Latifi, so Lando Norris probably has no spray. Russell is stuck behind Norris, so he'll probably have a bit of spray. But yeah, it's not raining anymore, but the track is still wet. So yeah, so that's why everyone's on inters and no one is on the full wets. And yeah, so there's no rain on, like, that's actually happening, and according to the weather radar, all of the rain is missing the track as well. So there is nothing to worry about, like more rain coming down. It's just what? It's just standing water on track, really. And the more the cars drive over, the more there'll be a drier line. So it'll be beneficial to just do as many laps as possible. But here we go now. So Latifi is starting his lap going through Eau Rouge. We might actually be able to see if he's going flat. If I could open this. Latifi, by the looks of it, is going flat through Eau Rouge. Yeah, Latifi, he was like basically flat through Eau Rouge, very, very close to being flat. So all of these drivers now trying to push to the absolute limits. They've made it through. They've understood the conditions in Q1, and now they're going to be applying that knowledge to try and get as much performance out of their cars as possible. And yeah, Lando Norris is flying again, purple first sector, 1 second, well, half a second quicker than Nicholas Latifi and just slightly quicker than George Russell. So maybe it's just the McLaren car. Maybe Norris and Russell are both equally performing drivers, but the McLaren is just 4/10 quicker than the Williams. We'll have to wait and see on that. But everyone is starting their lap now, so only Stroll, Verstappen and Perez yet to start a lap, and Latifi and Ocon, Latifi and Norris now coming through to finish their lap very, very soon. So Latifi's middle sector has been not the quickest. Oh no, it's actually the quickest. Sorry, never mind. It just updated. Latifi is a purple middle sector. Let's see what Norris can do now. He crosses the middle sector line now, and it will pop through any second. Yep, he goes 1 second quicker than Latifi. So Norris is flying, and let's see what George Russell can do. George Russell cannot beat him. He is 8/10 slower in the middle sector. So Norris, by the looks of it, could once again be on P1. But we'll wait and see on that, because Hamilton and Verstappen yet to do their laps, and Norris is performing very, very well indeed. So yeah. Also, we have nearly 700 viewers. So if you guys haven't hit the like button, be sure to do so. It will very, very much help out the stream. And yeah, and if you haven't subscribed, then also be sure to do that. And yeah, so Norris P1, a 1 minute 57 lap time, 2 seconds quicker than Nicholas Latifi, and 1.7 seconds quicker than George Russell. So I think there's something Norris knows that no one else knows. Norris maybe knows, oh, if you go on this curb here, you're going to get a lot more extra grip than anywhere else. But Lando Norris definitely knows something that all of the other drivers don't, because he is performing so quick. You'd love to see Norris and Lando and Russell's teammates. Yeah, I definitely think there would be definitely a great pair as teammates for sure. Actually, Pierre Gasly, what a lap from him, goes P2, only 7/10 behind Lando Norris. I say only 7/10, but Lando Norris is performing so well. Getting 7/10 as close to him is very, very good job indeed. Danny Rick, in fact, sets the quickest third sector. So Danny Rick is actually getting into this. He's currently P4, 2 seconds behind his teammate, but he's got the quickest third sector. So that was a good job from Danny Rick. So maybe he's adapting to this McLaren car and knows how to drive it in the wet, you know? So next across the line is now Seb Vettel. He goes P2. Yes, Vettel's P2. Let's go. Yeah, I'm a Vettel fan, if you don't know. But yeah, Vettel P2. Oh my God, Seb Vettel. Oh my God, he's so good. And Stroll, in fact, has the quickest third sector. So Stroll goes P5. So the Aston Martins have obviously made a tiny little setup change, and both of these drivers know how to drive now, and they're doing amazing. Max Verstappen goes P2 and is still slower than Lando Norris by 1.5 tenths. Like, oh my God. Absolutely crazy from Norris, and Verstappen still not being able to do it. Yeah, like what? Okay, so Lewis has got the purple first sector. Now he's halfway through the middle sector. We'll see what he can do if Lewis can dislodge Lando Norris from P1. But I mean, even if Lewis Hamilton does a quicker lap than Lando Norris will probably just be like, right, just give me some more fuel and tyres, and I'm going to set another fast lap. So we'll wait and see. Lewis Hamilton now crosses the middle sector line, and he is slower than Lando Norris in the middle sector by 3 seconds or so. So maybe Lewis Hamilton not performing so well. Yeah, even if you guys aren't a Vettel fan, you just are a Vettel fan, because everybody's a Vettel fan. I mean, like, you just can't not be. So, also we're like 5 likes away from 100 likes, so if you could hit 100 likes, that'd be very cool. But yeah, back to the stream. Look at this. Lewis Hamilton now coming across the line. We'll see what he can do. But Lando Norris starting another flying lap, so he's had a slow down lap, recharge the battery, and let's see what he can do now. Lewis Hamilton crosses the line, and he goes into P... Oh, he's still in P14. So Lewis Hamilton had a slow lap. I think he made a mistake in the second sector and decided not to push. So Lando Norris is not able to improve, in fact. So track conditions may be getting slightly worse or the tyres wearing out. But Norris not able to improve his first sector time. And yeah, all of the drivers not being able to improve. Only drivers improving are the two Williams and Nicola and Pierre Gasly. So yeah. Everybody's a Vettel fan. Even if you say you aren't, you are still a Vettel fan because you just are. I'm not a Norris fan, but was Button before? Okay, all right, cool. Bottas out in Q2. I mean, it might be a possibility. I think. Oh, I know what the Mercedes are doing. They're going for a double warm-up lap. So they're trying to get some extra tire temperature and see if the extra tire temperature can help them like get quicker lap times, basically. So that's a good strategy, I guess, from the Mercedes guys. I think I'm just going to refresh the data, guys, because it's starting to lag out a bit. So I'm just going to refresh it. Don't worry, the stream isn't going anywhere. It'll take like 2 seconds probably to refresh. So it's going to go black and it will be back in. Yeah. All right. So here we are. Just get a sign. Right. Here we are. We're back. But yeah, I only said it because in the last race well, all right. Why is it okay? I'll make sure it goes. We probably want it all on dark mode because dark mode is amazing. But yeah, Lando is great in sector 2, purple middle sector. Now he crosses the line and he extends his lead. So he goes 2/10 quicker. So he had a slower first sector, but his middle and third sector were quicker, and he is still quicker overall. He is 3/10 quicker now than Max Verstappen. So maybe even Lewis Hamilton won't be able to dislodge him. We'll have to wait and see on that, really. Vettel is on a flying lap. He improved in the first sector. He's in fact quicker than Norris's first sector. We'll see what he can do in the middle sector. Maybe Vettel can get into P1, you know, who knows, because it's all down to driver skill, and Vettel very good in the rain for sure. He's in fact got a green middle sector as well, so not as quick as Norris's middle sector, but nevertheless it's a good improvement, and he might be able to overtake go ahead of Verstappen, which is very, very good indeed. Yeah, so next is Fernando Alonso to cross the line. Danny Rick goes up into P5. So Daniel Ricciardo has still been performing very, very well in the wet. So maybe maybe he can drive the McLaren better in the wet, you know. We'll have to wait and see on that, because obviously qualifying isn't over yet. So Vettel now across the line, and what can he do? He does not improve. Oh, Vettel just boxed. I don't know why he boxed. Yeah, okay, well, cool. Please write somewhere else. What? Alright, I'm going to get some team radio up. I think there might be a bit of team radio that I've missed, in fact. Norris goes ahead of... Verstappen goes ahead of Norris, so 5/10. Verstappen absolutely sets an absolutely amazing lap. He goes 5/10 quicker than Lando Norris. Like, oh my god, Max... What a lap from him. Lando Norris has been performing crazily well, but here comes Max Verstappen, and boom, like, wow, what a lap from him. We have some team radio from Nicholas Latifi. Oh, we have team radio from Carlos Sainz and Sergio Perez. Okay, well, I'm just going to play the team radio. So, Sergio Perez team radio.
We do see some rain coming, so I want to bank a lap.
So they were just telling him to come in, really, so I don't know why they put that up on.
If it's going to rain again, I need another new set.
Yeah, we are thinking of boxing for a new set.
Okay, so Carlos Sainz is looking to get onto new intermediate tyres. Also, guys, they only have 3 intermediate tyres per... I think it's 3 intermediate tyres and 2 wet tyres for each weekend. So they're going to have to be careful with which tyres they use, because obviously in tomorrow's race they're going to want to use the inters and the wets as well. So yeah, very important. And then we have the Nicholas Latifi team radio.
This front left is flat spotted. There's a big vibration.
Copy, flat spot.
Yep, so Nicholas Latifi locked up and his left front is flat spotted, and you do not want to be driving in a flat spotted car, really. No need to see the Q2. Alright. Russell didn't make it into Q. Russell did make it into Q2. Russell's in P9. Yeah. All right. So here we go now. Max Verstappen still in P1 and still absolutely flying. Leclerc, in fact, puts in a mega lap, goes up into P4, and Sergio Perez also puts in another really good lap. So we have the Mercs down in P11 and 12. Oh my god, what is this, guys? The Mercedes are in P11 and 12. Did anyone expect this? They might not even make it into Q3 if they don't set a proper lap. They are out on track now, so they will be setting a lap. But if they maybe make a mistake or if there's a yellow flag, the Mercedes will be out and the Red Bulls will be starting at the front and the Mercedes won't, you know? And of course, Valtteri Bottas has a 5 second, oh no, not 5 second, a 5 place grid penalty. So we have to watch out and remember that, of course. Nevertheless, though, absolutely amazing job from Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, and Sergio Perez. All of these drivers, and in fact, all of the drivers, no one's crashed, guys. Think about this. There's 7 kilometers of soaking wet track, and the drivers are driving around at like a 200 miles an hour, and no one's crashed. Absolutely amazing driving from all of them. It's just that Max Verstappen and Lando Norris are just so much quicker than the rest. So here we go now. Lewis Hamilton will be starting his lap very, very soon, and so will Lando Norris. So Lando Norris has another chance to go get pole position. Max Verstappen is also flying up the Kemmel Straight now to see, so everyone's going to be putting in their final flying laps of the session to see who will go into Q3 and who will stay in Q2 and get eliminated. There was an incident at the final corner between Carlos Sainz and Esteban Ocon, but they haven't made anything of it. Oh my god, Vettel's fastest in the first sector. Let's go Vettel, let's go. All right, I'm gonna stop Vettel standing, but Vettel's quickest in the first sector. Oh my god. And he didn't even have a toe, guys. Like, Vettel, just what a guy. But going through now, Norris is going through the Kemmel Straight. Well, let's see what he can do. Max Verstappen is 5/10 slower than Vettel in the first sector. Vettel, what a first sector, mate. Now going through the middle sector, let's see his middle sector time, and he has got a green middle sector, so maybe Vettel P1. Oh my god, this is gonna be great. 30 seconds left of the session. Everyone has started their lap. Okay, so Hamilton takes the fastest first sector off Seb Vettel, so Hamilton is flying now, so maybe Hamilton's back on pole and he was just waiting to put in a good lap. Now, Max Verstappen, he hasn't been able to improve in the first or second sector, unfortunately. Perez is the quickest middle sector. Seb Vettel now crosses the line, goes P2. Yes, let's go. Vettel is on P2. Sergio Perez now next to cross, well, Verstappen's next to cross the line, and then we have Sergio Perez. Verstappen has not been improving whatsoever this lap, just made a few mistakes here and there, tiny little mistakes, and they all add up, so Verstappen not able to improve on his lap time. Sergio Perez crosses the line now, and can he improve? Wait. Oh yeah, he does improve. Goes up, improves by 0.3 of a second, goes up into third place. Next to cross the line is Nicholas Latifi. Can the Canadian get out of Q2 and make double Q3 for Williams? Unfortunately, he is still down in P13. Oh no, Latifi's up in P7. Okay, so, oh my god. They could actually happen. We could have 2 Williams in Q3. Next across the line, Lando Norris goes P1. Oh my god. Sorry if I just went really loud there. But Lando Norris in P1, 0.5 quicker than Max Verstappen. Norris could actually get pole here. Looking at this, Lewis Hamilton is quicker than Norris in the first sector, but slower than Norris in the middle sector. So it all comes down to the final third sector now. He crosses the line and he goes into P2. So even Lewis Hamilton cannot beat Lando Norris in the wet. Oh my god. So next across the line is now George Russell. He is in P7. Valtteri Bottas crosses the line. Let's see where he goes. He goes up into P3. So both Mercedes absolutely flying in the rain, and the Red Bulls are nowhere to be seen. So Bottas P3 and Hamilton P2. There's only a 66 millisecond gap between Bottas and Hamilton. So both of these drivers performing very, very well indeed. And now Russell is in P8. So by the looks of it, he has made it through. Oh no, wait. Leclerc's still yet to cross the line. Leclerc has crossed the line now, and he does not improve on his lap time. So we have George Russell in P8, unless Fernando Alonso or Lance Stroll can knock him out. So last two drivers now to cross the line. Fernando Alonso crosses the line, stays in P40, and the Alpines not doing so well in the rain today. And then next is Lance Stroll. He has not been able to improve in the first or middle sectors. Now crosses the line and does not improve. So we have Lando Norris P1, Lewis Hamilton P2, Valtteri Bottas P3, Pierre Gasly, what a lap from him. Like, oh my god, Pierre Gasly P4, Max Verstappen P5. I don't think anyone expected this. Vettel P6, amazing lap from him. Perez P7 and George Russell P8. Like, oh my god, what is this? Also, guys, we have 1,000 viewers. I think this is like one of the highest we've ever had on a Quali stream. So if you guys can like the stream, I'm also streaming for tomorrow's race as well. So be sure to tune in for tomorrow's race, but be sure to like the stream as well. It will really help out the channel, and subscribe, of course. But that has been it. So the drivers eliminated in Q2 are Stroll, Alonso, Sainz, Latifi, and Leclerc. So both Ferraris are out of Q3, but are out of Q2. So yeah, I don't think anyone expected the Ferraris to be eliminated. They were doing so well, but the Aston Martin of Seb Vettel and the Williams of George Russell have just outdone them. Esteban Ocon hooking up a good lap in the wet. Of course, in 2018 he had an amazing flying lap in the wet. He outdrove Sergio Perez and got third place in Belgium in 2018 in the wet conditions. So Esteban Ocon has done it again, P10 now in the Alpine, and yeah, so Ocon having a good quali, Alonso not being able to do that well in the rain. So yeah, those drivers are out. Leclerc, Latifi, Ocon, Sainz, Alonso, Stroll. Those drivers are out of the race. How is a Williams in Q3? I have no idea. Oh, I know why. It's because Mr. Saturday is driving the car. That is why. And F1 is back, guys. Everyone who has subscribed, Lucia Kuldan, John Mitchell, JG, A6RT Gaming, Kenneth E, Rice Racing, Aaron the Kebab. Thank you all for subscribing. Very much do appreciate it. Q3 will be starting in a matter of minutes now, so there's no need to leave streams or anything. We have team radio from Charles Leclerc. Mind you, he has been knocked out of Q3 by, I think it was a 0.3 of a second. So yeah, let's just listen to Charles Leclerc. I'll put the graphic up, in fact. There we go.
Sorry guys, we f***ed up, but let's talk about it later.
Okay, so it was pretty clear what happened, what Leclerc said. They just made a big mistake. Okay, so look at the top speeds here, guys. George Russell and Daniel Ricciardo both have the highest top speeds. That'll actually be pretty interesting to look into, because, of course, the highest speed, the lower top speed you have, the more downforce you have. And then if you have more downforce, then it's in a dry race, you're going to have a lot less performance. So Perez has one of the lowest top speeds, in fact. So Perez has got a lot of downforce. Raikkonen also has a lot of downforce, 274. I think the Ferrari engine wasn't performing up to spec there, but Norris. So what the thing is here, both Red Bulls have a top speed of 300 kilometers an hour and 290 kilometers an hour, whereas the all three Norris and Hamilton have a top speed of 310. So if you see this, Norris and Hamilton are gaining speed on the straights. Oh, gaining time on the straights, sorry. So, yeah, maybe it's best to trim off some downforce and maybe get some extra top speed, you know? We'll wait and see. It's Q3 now. I need to change the title because the title says Q2. And yeah. Norris on pole. No, Norris is on pole in Q2. Q3 is yet to go, so we will start it into Q3. Norris in P1, Daniel in P9, but for the McLarens, Ricciardo is closer to Norris. Of course, Norris is absolutely flying, but yeah. Also, guys, if you haven't got if you guys are Max Verstappen fans, then there's a link to an Orange Army t-shirt in the description, so be sure to check that out. If you are a Max Verstappen fan, of course. And yeah, Seb Vettel in P5. Let's see if he can pull out an amazing lap, you know. Predictions for Russell in Q3. I think Russell might be able to get P7 at best. It's going to be pretty difficult for him, but I definitely think he'll be able to do it. So yeah. Also, guys, if you guys haven't hit the like button, we're actually quite close to hitting 200 likes. If we have 1,000 of you watching, we could definitely hit 200 likes. Everyone who has watched, thank you so much. And yeah, is Hamilton running a small wing? By the looks of it, he is, because he has a very high top speed. You think it's going to be Verstappen, Norris, Hamilton? Also, guys, yeah, before Q3 starts, can everyone put in their predictions into the chat for what you think is the top 3 drivers are going to be? So who do you think the top 3 drivers are going to be? And if you don't put Norris in there, I think you'd be a bit silly. But yeah. You think Verstappen P1, Hamilton P2, Norris P3. You think Norris P1. All right. Well, I will come back to the. I'll scroll up in the chat and I'll find out who said what and who was right. But yeah. And purebred Formula 1 cars aren't all-wheel drive. They're only rear-wheel drive. Yeah. Just I don't know where you got that from, but they are rear-wheel drive. I can confirm. And okay. Lewis and Max and Lando and Perez, Norris, Norris, Hamilton, Vettel. Oh, so you think Verstappen isn't even going to do it? All right, well, Q3 will be underway very, very soon. I think the drivers are lining up at the end of the pit lane now. Only 10 drivers across the 7-mile circuit, 7-kilometer circuit, sorry. There haven't been any crashes, Pressy box. And yeah, no worries, Dylan Peters. I enjoy doing this and you guys enjoy watching. So yeah, Q3 is underway. Lando Norris, first driver out on track. And yeah, everyone else will be coming out very, very soon. We have some team radio from Stroll. And yeah, let's listen to this.
And we missed that, Lance. Missed it.
Oh man, that was such.
Unfortunately, that's P15, Lance. P15.
Yeah, no, we didn't do a second lap on the tires.
Copy that. Yeah.
Okay, so Stroll is not happy. That was a pretty long beep, even by Formula 1 driver standards. So, yeah. How does my voice survive through the whole race? I don't think it does. By the end of the stream, my voice is pretty tired. I definitely remember to chug some water, so I'm going to drink some water, and then I'll start the commentary for Q3, because this is the most important thing, so I won't stop commentating till Q3 is over. So let me just drink some water. All right. So drivers out on track: Russell, Norris, Gasly, and Vettel. Everyone who has subscribed, thank you so much. Very much do appreciate it. And yeah, that's actually a good point. There is no Ferrari powered cars in Q3. So that is very, very good. I mean, not very, very bad in fact. But if you guys remember, Ferrari said that they were going to have an upgrade package for the next race. Oh no, I think it's in Monza they have an upgrade package. So they have an upgrade package for the engine, which is good. But obviously it's not performing here, and especially with Spa having such long straights, it's definitely not helping them. But yeah, all right. Get in there, Lando. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Russell is starting to drop pace. Well, I think everyone else is. I think Russell adapted to the conditions very, very well at the start, so he was ahead of everyone else. But now everyone else has slowly caught on to how the conditions are, which curbs you need to be on, which curbs you don't need to be on. But yeah. In fact, wait. I think tires. What tires is everyone on? The tires are. Sorry if you can hear the mouse clicking. Okay, guys, we have some tyre changes here. We have Lando Norris on the wets, Vettel, Ricciardo, Ocon on the wets, and Gasly and Russell are on the inters. This is pretty interesting. I don't know why these guys have switched onto the wets. I think there's a bit more rain that has started falling. But yeah, by the looks of it, McLaren think it's fair enough to go on wets. And also, guys, if you make a wrong tyre choice here, it will very badly affect you, because you don't have a long time to switch to tyres. There's only 9 minutes left of the session and it's just started. We have a yellow flag, I think. Yes, we have a yellow flag. Don't know what's happened. I think it might be Norris. I'm not. Oh, red flag. Oh no. Red flag, guys. All right, so there we go. Red flag. I think it is Lando Norris, in fact. He has had a bit of a crash at Eau Rouge. I will wait and see. Yeah, oh no, it's not. No one's had a crash, sorry. Yeah, I think there's too much rain. So it's a red flag. Yeah. So between Q2 and Q3, it started raining too much, and they've decided to red flag the session. Vettel said on the team radio to red flag, and so did Norris. So they have red flagged the session. No one has crashed, So sorry for telling you guys that Norris crashed. I do apologize. But that's why the drivers were out on the wets, because there was just a lot of rain. Because I think between Q2 and Q3 it started raining heavily again. So yeah, the drivers have said that it should be red flagged because there's too much rain. So we'll wait and see if the rain does stop. But by the looks of it, this might be what qualifying is. We might have Norris in P1. We might use the Q2 results as the full qualifying thing, which is going to be very, very interesting indeed, you know. Also, we're actually quite close to 200 likes, so if you guys hit the like button, then yeah, be sure to do so. It'll very much help out. Yeah, basically what happened was Norris's car, it literally stopped right on Eau Rouge, and it just called a red flag. So I was wondering what happened, because everyone else's cars was just moving along on the track map, totally fine, and then Norris's car was just stopped at Eau Rouge. So I was like, that's what I thought, because the website that I'm using, it's more up to date than my stream, like not my stream, my like Sky Sports thing or whatever. So yeah, that's why. But it's a red flag because Norris is out. Yeah, I don't know what happened here, but Norris is out. Yeah. Okay, so Norris did crash. Oh my god, what is going on here? Norris crashed, but when he was going back to the pit lane. Wait, let's find out what happened. Yep, so he was going up Eau Rouge. I'm not sure if it's Eau Rouge or not, but I think he did have a crash at the top of Eau Rouge, yeah. He is completely fine, by the way. Norris is completely fine. Yeah. So, but he's just a bit winded. He's completely fine. And yeah. All right. So, they're gonna have to fix quite a bit of his car. There is quite a, yeah. No, I was. So basically, what happened was Norris hadn't crashed, and he had just asked for a red flag. So they put out a red flag. But then when he was driving back to the pits, because there was a red flag, he crashed at Eau Rouge. So, yeah, that's what happened there. Sorry guys. I do apologize. Norris is just getting checked up at the medical car now. But he is completely fine, and yeah. The McLaren is kind of destroyed, so I'm going to let you guys know what happened to Lando Norris. He was just driving down. He had taken the first corner completely fine. I'll tell you how much, like, what speed he was fairly going at. So he was going up Eau Rouge, in fact, so it wasn't at Eau Rouge. He went up to the right and then lost the car, crashed into the barrier, and then did a bunch of spins, and then just stopped on the track. So he only hit the barrier once. He'd slowed down, so there wasn't a lot of G-force. But yeah, I think if I can find an image of what the car looks like on Twitter, then I might be able to show you. But yeah, it was pretty dangerous. He just spun. He overcorrected, basically. And yeah, that's what happened there. All right, so there's a red flag because Norris has crashed, I think. I'm not exactly sure what the red flag's for. It's either that Norris has crashed or it's a red flag because thingy. So qualifying is over. We'll have to wait and see. But that's Lando Norris's car there. It is completely destroyed. And yeah, I'm going to see if I can get any more images up. But that's what's happened there. I don't think Vettel will be on pole. I think if they don't restart the session, they're going to use the Q2 timing. So that will mean Norris is on pole. Yeah, see, my laptop's so slow, Twitter isn't loading. But yeah. They called a red flag, and Norris... So the whole of the rear structure of his car is completely gone. All four wheels are broken, and the rear wing is broken, as you guys can see. It's just completely gone, and the front wheels are also broken. So it's not the best look for Lando Norris. He was performing so well, and then had a tiny little mistake because there was just too much rain on track, you know? Seb Vettel came alongside to check if Norris was okay, which is very nice of him. Okay, I'm just going to wait till I get an actual image from Twitter because Twitter's just being so slow. Seb came on to check for Lando Norris, but Lando Norris is completely okay. I just do want to let you guys know that. And yeah, qualifying, I'm not sure if they can retrieve the car and take all the debris off the track, then they will restart qualifying. Oh no, they won't, in fact, because I think there's a bit too much rain, and considering Norris has already crashed, it might not be a good look for him to for them to just restart the session. You know, probably not the best idea, but yeah. All right, so I'm gonna find some more images of what happened here, because obviously you guys want to see. If you guys are on your phone, then be sure to check Twitter. It'll probably be there. But yeah, here we go. Oh, Twitter just takes ages to load. We have some team ready from Lando Norris, in fact, so here we go.
Lando, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah. Sorry, boys.
So Lando is okay, and yeah, so here we go. If you guys, will it zoom in and show you? But yeah, this is what happened to, all right, there we go. If I click on it, it won't load. So Seb came alongside Norris's car to check up. Yeah, he was just there asking thumbs up for him. And yeah, so that's the crash that happened there. Seb came up to check. And yeah, the session has been stopped. Norris is okay. And yeah, Vettel is always... This is why you can't hate on Vettel. Vettel is just... Like, if you're not a Seb Vettel fan, you just are a Seb Vettel fan. Yeah. So Norris is completely fine. It's good to see that. And yeah. All right, so they will be cleaning up the debris very, very soon. They're going to put up... they're going to pick up Lando Norris's car on the back of the crane, of course, and then see if he can... see if they can clear up all of the debris. And yeah. All right. Yeah. So it was a very, very good for Lando Norris, in fact, performing so well. But then obviously had a little bit of a mistake at Eau Rouge, and then that's been that. Not the best performance, of course, but it is what it is, really. Let's see what Vettel said. Yeah, oh my god, guys. Vettel, pretty angry. So I'm gonna say exactly what Vettel said. I can't show you because it hasn't come through yet. But Vettel said that it should be a red flag, and then the FIA didn't red flag the session because the FIA are just idiots, because you should listen to Vettel because Vettel is Vettel. And then he said on the radio, "What did I say? What did I say?" Really angrily. And then he went up to check on Norris to see if Norris is okay. But yeah, I think if the drivers say there should be a red flag, it's because they think that it's unsafe. And if they think it's unsafe, they should not be driving. So it's good from Norris, good from Vettel, not good from the FIA and Michael Massey for not red flagging the session quickly enough. We have some team radio from Vettel, in fact, so you can hear it from the man himself. I'm just going to play this.
Red flag, slow down. Get your delta positive. Norris in Eau Rouge had a big shunt. Lots of debris.
Well, what the did I say? What did I say? Red flag? Yeah. Unnecessary. Is he okay?
And now he's just driving up to Norris.
He's okay.
Copy that. Carry on.
All right, so yeah, Vettel, he was pretty annoyed. And yeah, is it going to stay like this or a restart? I will let you guys know that FIA haven't said anything just yet. So when they do, I will let you know if we are getting a restart. But Vettel definitely, he was mad, yeah. Are they going to use the Q2 times? Okay, so what happens is if they don't finish Q3, they're going to use the Q2 times because not everyone set a lap time here. but if they do continue the session, then it will just be like a normal session. But by the looks of it, the rain it might have stopped, but the FIA will probably red flag the session because Seb has just told them to, and there's also been a crash. So yeah. Hi, the Soul Lemon, cool. Does that mean Norris is on pole? I mean, if the session does not get restarted, Lando Norris is on pole. So yeah. And also, guys, if you guys are Norris fans, because all of the orange Max Verstappen fans are also Norris fans, you know, you should probably go check out the link in the description for the Orange Army shirts. Yeah. But just want to confirm that Lando Norris is completely fine, and yeah, nothing to worry about. They've done the medical checks, so he is okay, and yeah. All right. So yeah, so Vettel called for a red flag. He said there's too much water, and yet the FIA didn't listen, because the FIA are the FIA. But guys, if it stands like this and we have the Q2 positions, that will mean we have Lando Norris in P1, and then we have Lewis Hamilton P2, Valtteri Bottas P3, Pierre Gasly P4, and then Verstappen P5, Vettel P6, and Perez P7, I think. Yeah. All right. So that has been that. They're currently recovering the car now. The driver's still in track, so I think they're going to restart the session. Lando, by the looks of it, he's gone to the medical car because it was a crash at Eau Rouge, and Eau Rouge is 200 miles an hour. You can never be, you know, better safe than sorry, you know. So he's gone to the medical car. We'll see what happens. But yeah, they're just picking up the McLaren and putting it onto the crane now and getting ready to take off and restart the session, you know. But yeah. It still's remain watching it from Sydney, Australia. Wow. Well, you're staying up pretty late, aren't you? Well, you're a pretty dedicated fan then, Zachary. It's so unnecessary. Yes, exactly. They will continue. Thanks, Ryan. But yeah, he crashed at Radion. Yeah, he didn't crash at Eau Rouge. He crashed at Radion, and that's Radion actually. But yeah, he crashed at. He had a little what's it called? He had a little moment on Radion, and then overcorrected, and then crashed. So that's what happened there. But yeah. If it's rain on race day, that means a big crash on start finish. Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens on race day. But yeah. That was a pretty big crash for Lando Norris. He spun around quite a bit as well. But the car is now onto the crane, and like they're taking the car away now, and the marshals will be cleaning up the debris, and we will be underway very, very soon. Yeah, I don't know if I've told you. I think I've told you guys. But we are restarting the session, and yeah. How much longer till it gets going? Probably around 2-3 minutes. Yeah, they just have to clear up all the debris now because the car's on the crane. So, yeah. You would watch tomorrow, but it starts at 10 PM and you have school the next day. Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, who really cares about school, you know? No, do care about school. School's important, so yeah. Twitchy Norris, well, yeah, I guess his car twitched a bit, and then, yeah. So, Carlos Sainz said, first time in the rain for a long time, and I am nowhere. We are very quick in the rain at Imola, and it is what it is. So, Sainz just hasn't been able to perform in the rain that well. But yeah. So that has been that. And yeah. If you guys haven't hit the like button, be sure to do so. It'll very much help out. I need to drink some water, otherwise my throat is I think they're doing the restart now is because it was raining when Norris was driving and they had the crash, but the rain has stopped now. So because the rain has stopped, the water will get cleared off easily, and then yeah. And also, guys, Bottas does have a 5-place grid penalty, so even if he is 3rd place in Quali, he will still start 8th place. So yeah, the weather forecast for tomorrow is 80% chance of rain. I'm just gonna double check it and check what it is. But yeah, also guys, qualifying is starting in like 2-3 minutes now, so don't leave. Ooh, don't leave the stream. All right, so Spa-Francorchamps weather. All right, the weather for tomorrow is. So the race time, there is an 87% chance of rain. At Spa. The race starts at like this time here, so 84 to 87% chance of rain. Yeah, absolutely lovely, guys. It's a pretty high chance of rain. It looks like we're gonna have a wet Spa race. Yeah. Yeah, they should have red flagged. I think if a driver says that they should red flag the session because it's too dangerous, they should always red flag the session, because if the drivers are people who are putting their lives at risk, and if they're not feeling safe doing it, then I don't think they should. Then I don't think they should like do that. You know, it's not correct from the FIA, to be honest. But the FIA is what the FIA is, really. And yeah, when is the start? Wait, I'm just going to check if they've cleared up the debris. But yeah, still 93% humidity, and air temperature is 14 degrees. And by the looks of it, it might be intermediate conditions here, because the rain has very much moved off the track. And I think the session will be starting very, very soon. I can't tell because they haven't said anything on the TV thing yet. They don't know how the drivers feel, but I think if the drivers come on the radio and like, I think we need to red flag, then, you know, if the drivers have said, I think we need a red flag because it's too dangerous, there's too much water, then I think the FIA should listen to the drivers, because the drivers are the people that are out on track. So they have taken Norris's car, and the Norris's car is no longer on track. Now they're just cleaning up the debris. The marshals are on track now, and they will be off track very, very soon. Yeah. And they're just putting some, I think they're putting some sand or something on the track to clean up any of the fuel spill or oil spill, I think. But yeah. My favourite driver is Vettel. And yeah. All right. Yeah, so 2-3 minutes now till we get restarted. And then 9 minutes qualifying remains. How is Lando? Lando's completely fine. And yeah, they're just doing medical checks now, but he will be completely fine. It wasn't like a 50G accident, like let's see who. It wasn't like a Bottas Norris crash like they had in Imola. It wasn't that high speed. I mean, it was high speed, but he didn't decelerate very, very quickly, so he should be all right. King Latifi will get his tank and secure the Williams 1-2. I've actually seen that meme, because if you only get a 10-second penalty for taking out the field, just take out every other driver and just win the race, you know? Yeah. Hoping George can get his first podium. I mean, getting a podium in a Williams, it's going to be pretty difficult, but if it's raining, you know, who knows what can happen? It's completely, like, unknown conditions, and yeah. Norris is out, yes, unfortunately, completely out of the session. There's no chance I'll be able to fix the car in enough time. And yeah, that's about it. All right. Everyone who is subscribed as well, thank you so much for subscribing. Very much do appreciate it. Yeah, very much helps out the stream and the channel and everything, really. So thank you everyone for watching. Yeah. Okay, wait, what did you say about the weather? So it says, I don't think you know how when it says 87% chance of rain, it'll mean, okay, I see what you mean. 87% chance of, okay, well, even if it is 87% chance, I think the track covers quite a big chunk of the race of Spa-Francorchamps, so it will probably still rain at Spa tomorrow. So yeah. Is it pouring rain again? I think it's just standing water now. By the looks of it, there isn't more rain that's coming down. But yeah, cement dust is probably cement dust is being put down on track. That's exactly what I wanted to. Yeah, I didn't know. I said sand, but yeah, cement dust is being put down on track to do what? To clear up any of the oil spills from Norris's gearbox, because I think his gearbox broke. And yeah, don't want your gearbox breaking, really. And especially because there's quite a bit of oil that comes out of the gearbox. And yeah. All right, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. I very much do appreciate it. And yeah, I think it will be a matter of like 1 minute or so until we get the red flag called off, or maybe they'll give us a 5-minute warning. But yeah, who do you think is going to be in Mercedes in 2022? I think we'll probably have Hamilton and Russell, because Russell has been performing absolutely amazingly. But yeah, man, there is a 10-place grid penalty for Norris in a couple of races. Yes, if the gearbox is broken, then he might have a grid penalty later on. So yeah. Data Visualized said Lando Norris. Oh my god. That's why you don't watch Data Visualized. You watch me. Oh no, it's raining pretty heavily. Okay, guys. So it is raining pretty heavily at Spa once again. So I think they might just completely red flag the session because Lando Norris crashed before and it was pretty dangerous. And yeah. It's not the best idea. The rain is heavier than before, correct. So I think they will completely red flag the session. We have some team ready from Lando Norris again. Wait, I'm just going to see what this is.
Sorry, boys. We should have had a good one there. I let you down. My bad.
Yep, so Norris just apologising basically because he was going so well. But now if Q3 goes on, then he will be starting in P10, which is not where he wanted to be, really. Do you think McLaren will be able to fix Lando's car for tomorrow? I think they will. They might have to get some spare parts sent over from England to Belgium, but for sure. And do you think... I think if Q3 doesn't go on, then they will use the Q2 timings, and then Norris will get pole position. So that could probably happen. So if Q3 doesn't happen, Norris is on pole position. And if Q3 does happen, then it could be anyone on pole. Yeah. Ooh, alright. So not P10, his lap time stands. No, Kies, your lap time gets reset. So if you are, once you're in Q3, whatever lap time you do in Q2 doesn't matter. So he'll be P10 if you don't set a lap in Q3. You'll always be P10 unless there's another driver that doesn't set a lap. But yeah, Lando Norris is currently at the medical trackside center just doing checks now. But yeah, by the looks of it, he is completely fine. He did get out of the car on his own and everything. So what happens to the team if the car goes over budget fixing? Well, that's the issue with the budget cap. If the cars get broken and then they fix it, and then they have to fix the car, of course, then yeah, that's the issue. You might go over the budget cap. I have no idea what actually happens there. It is actually Valtteri Bottas' birthday, so happy birthday to Valtteri Bottas. And in America, what channel airs the qualifying? I have no idea, but I'm commentating over it, so maybe that's enough. All right, so also, guys, I will be streaming for tomorrow's race. And tomorrow's race is going to be raining. It's going to be a pretty exciting race. So be sure to tune in. And if you subscribe today, then you'll get a subscribe and turn on the bell notifications. You'll get a notification for tomorrow's race. The race tomorrow is at 2 o'clock UK time. And I'm starting streaming 30 minutes before the race starts. So yeah, any G's. I have no idea if it is any... I don't know. There wasn't any figure that was given out how many G's it was, but it wasn't like a 50G impact or something. It was probably like maybe 4 or 5G, which is what they usually get going through corners. Can I stream Peppa Pig after this? I don't think I will stream Peppa Pig. You know, F1 fans and Peppa Pig fans, they're not exactly the same, to be honest. Yeah, just like, yeah. Peppa Pig fans, not the same as F1 fans. And by the looks of it, there's still quite a bit of rain, and there is no announcement. Unfortunately, sorry, Just Storms and ZDYT. There is no announcement just yet of what's going on. Maybe Norris will start in the pits. Maybe he'll start on pole position if Q3 doesn't go. But I think the FIA are trying to wait out the rain and see what happens. So there might be another... Well, it might not be Bottas, but I think someone else may have a crash at turn 1. Or all the drivers will go very, very cautious, trying not to have a crash. But... Yup. Alright. Let's see if there's any other news. Okay, so it's still red flag conditions, and it is very heavy rain at Spa. Yeah. Pretty heavy rain. I'm going to show you guys some images if the images decide to load. Oh, they've loaded. So pretty heavy rain. Everyone's with umbrellas. And yeah, once the other images loads, I will show you guys. Yeah, hopefully there is nothing like the W Series crash, because I don't want to see that for anyone really. The safety car is now out on track. So they might restart the session, but we never know, because if it starts raining heavily again, they might just stop the session and there's no point. So the safety car is currently out on track. They're going pretty slowly, and yeah, we'll wait and see what they actually do, if there is any spray. Yeah, the safety car is going pretty slow, in fact, but there is still heavy rain and the windscreen wipers going pretty crazy, so yeah. Thoughts on the Japan race? Well, Zachary, well, I guess you might want to be called Zach, but see, the thing is, the Olympics, it was planned from the year before. Well, no, it has been planned. The Olympics in Japan were planned for like 10 years in advance, you know. So they couldn't exactly just cancel the Olympics, especially because they cancelled it the year before. Whereas Formula One, of course, it happens every single year, and I don't think we went to Japan last year either. So it wasn't like the most important thing, and because COVID cases had increased after the Olympics, they just decided they don't want to increase them anymore, and they just cancelled the thing. So yeah. Also, we're quite close to 250 likes, so if you could hit that, that would be very cool. And my thoughts on the new calendar are, I think it's completely fine, to be honest. Maybe just not have a race in Saudi Arabia, because because Formula One's are all about like, we race as one and we race as one, and yeah, Saudi Arabia doesn't exactly match that. Yeah. Ricky Varadi, I don't even know how to say that, but you're from Brisbane, Australia. Love the show. Thank you. In fact, actually, since we're in a red flag and we're not exactly talking about F1, I was actually, Australia's like one of my places that I want to visit. So Australia, I don't know, it just seems pretty cool, but there just seems like a lot of spiders, and like, I don't really like spiders, and there's quite a few like poisonous killer spiders in Australia, which is, well, no, there's not that many, but there's like, still, you know, it's a bit, you could just be sleeping and there could be like a spider that just bites you. It's a bit weird, a bit scary. I don't know. We need Hockenheim back. Yes, for sure. So Hockenheim is actually a very good track. And in fact, 2019, the race in Hockenheim was one of the best races ever. So if we could have a race in Hockenheim, that would be very cool. And I'd love to see that, you know. I don't think we had a race in Germany this year. Maybe the Nürburgring, just the short version, not the full version. But yeah, just the occasional huntsman on your wall. Yeah. My favorite track, I think my favorite track to drive would probably be Suzuka. But yeah, Hockenheim is probably my favorite because I'm top 250 on the leaderboards on F1 2019. So yeah, highly unlikely you're gonna run into a road back in the city. All right, well, yeah, probably go to the city. I think in Australia there's this rock called Uluru. I don't know how to say its name, but yeah, I have no news on when they're gonna update. When they're gonna restart the session. The safety car is just driving around, and yeah, the safety car is not. It's going pretty slowly as well, so there's no like news of when they're going to restart the session. Like, the FIA haven't said anything. They've just been so tight-lipped. There's no updates from race control, but the rain does look like it's slowing down. So the rain is slowing down, so they may have another thing. The FIA is trending on Twitter. Yeah, I think the FIA definitely needs... They need to sort something out, you know. Because the FIA, their penalty system is pretty terrible, if we're being honest. And then now they haven't called red flags at enough times, at the correct times, you know. So, yeah. But the weather in Australia seems pretty cool. And, yeah, no, just the idea of being in Australia just seems pretty cool. I don't know. It's nice, sunny and warm, and yeah. I mean, if I go to Australia, meet up with fan meetup in Australia, pretty cool. I don't know. The safety car is still circulating, so there's a what? Okay, so there's a few hours till the race, like qualifying gets completely like finished. I mean, there's 3 hours, I think, till there's not enough light to still race. So there's still 3 hours that qualifying could still happen. But the weather is slowing down, and there's only 9 minutes of quali remaining. Yeah. Perth is an underrated city. Actually, we have so many Australian fans. It's actually really cool. Alright. Danny Rick lives in Perth. Cool. No, there's 3 hours until there's not enough light to race, so it'll be too dark to race, basically. And also, guys, for the updated calendar, I'm just going to read it out. So we have Belgium, Netherlands, Italy, Russia, Turkey, the USA, Mexico, Brazil, to be decided, and Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi. Yeah. Anyone know why Channel 4... Jenna, Channel 4, they got their rights taken away, I think it was last year, so they can't show live races anymore, which is really annoying, and the BBC also don't show live races, which is, yeah, it's just not very nice. Sky Sports have just taken all of the rights and then are selling it for really expensive, you know. Yeah, and all of you Australians are staying up till midnight to watch the streams. Like, that's... well, thank you so much. Haydos plays, Multi Ninja, Kies, and then I think there's JB from Oz. There's quite a lot of Australians, in fact. Very cool indeed. Yeah. Good day, mate. That's the only bit of Australian accent that I can say. So sorry, you've probably heard that about 5 times as well. Sky Sports are very greedy. I have no idea when the session's starting. They're actually driving around in a cart for some reason. Oh, it's in the Spa karting circuit. They're driving around in the wet because why not, you know? The rain is getting lighter and lighter. And yeah. Well, Australia is actually like... So, I think there's... I don't even know what the big cities are in Australia. There's Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth. I don't know. And there's a capital city, and I have no idea what the Australian capital city is, which is pretty bad. Somehow the FIA took more notion from Seb, wore a Pride t-shirt when Seb asked for a red flag. Yes, oh my god, Maxi, you're an absolute legend. The FIA literally got so annoyed at Vettel for wearing like a Pride t-shirt, and now when they are... and now when Vettel asks for a red flag, they just don't even care. Oh yeah, Canberra, that's the capital. Oh, and Sydney, yes, those two. I forgot about them. But I don't know where I'd visit, but yeah, seems pretty cool. You're from South Africa, wow. Well, you know, traveling around is very cool, and if I could work in F1, that would be pretty cool. You know, you could travel around the whole world, just like be at F1 races and also travel the entire world. That would be pretty cool. Alright, so I think we've got a new image of Norris's crash. It might be on Twitter, so I'm going to try and find that. Also, guys, if you guys want to join the Discord and just talk about random stuff, then sure. I think I might actually come on the Discord and like be in a call with you guys, like a Discord call or whatever. Because why not? You know, I've never heard from you guys. I can only see you guys typing in the chat. So if you guys... Oops. There we go. That's just disappeared because I pressed the wrong button because I'm an absolute idiot. How is Lando first when we don't have the time? Lando's completely fine. It's just, yeah. He is just gone for medical checks. It'll be a minute. I don't know what the FIA are doing. The FIA is an absolute yoke. The FIA is a yoke. Yeah. So, I don't know what the FIA are doing. They've given us no updates as well. They're just like, oh yeah, let's just wait for like 30 minutes. I think we've had a red flag for 30 minutes. And yeah, the FIA is just an absolute joke. Why is there a red flag? It's because Norris crashed and there is too much rain right now, so that's why there's a red flag. So Norris crashed and then it started raining. The rain is getting lighter. I'm looking at the video feed, and there are like very small droplets falling now. So there's not that much rain, but yeah, the Soya counter should be at 40. Well, it probably should be, in fact. I'll probably change it to like we'll change it to like 37 because why not? And can we talk about F1 and not Australia? Well, guys, if you think about it, Australia hosts an F1 race, so I'm still technically talking about F1. No, I'm just joking. I'll start talking about F1 again. So Nicholas Latifi has said, it's obviously a very high-speed shunt, and so I'm happy Lando is okay. It's a tricky session. I'm happy I got some proper experience in the wet. It's one place I've been lacking. This was a good moment to get really comfortable and get experience, so I'm happy with the result. So Nicholas Latifi is happy with the fact that he got some experience in the wet, because obviously it doesn't rain that often. And Nicholas Latifi, it's being his, I think it's first year in F1. So wait, was it his first year in F1? No, he was there last year. No, he was there last year as well. Yeah. So second year in F1, hasn't had that much experience in the rain, so for sure. Yeah. I know there's been no race in Australia, so that's unfortunate. Message from Red Bull: no restart time for Q3. It stopped raining and pit lane's condition looks treacherous around the track. Yeah. That's the thing. That's what, yeah. So it's just the FIA's decision if they want to go racing or not. The track is completely wet though. My thoughts on Gasly's future in Formula 1. I definitely think Gasly has potential. He is performing very, very well in AlphaTauri. So if anyone is going to carry, he's definitely going to carry on in F1 for sure. Just don't know like what he's actually gonna do, like which team he's going to drive for or anything like that. So that's what's happening with Gasly. Verstappen has said Verstappen will probably be looking, in fact, to do a restart. Sorry if you guys can hear my chair, but Verstappen is looking forward to do a restart because obviously Norris has been the only driver that has been outperforming him, and yeah. So if Norris has been outperforming and now Norris is out, if he can do Q3, then Verstappen has a very good chance of pole position. So the rain, I'm just looking at the video feed now. The rain has stopped, but there is a lot of standing water out on track, and you don't want standing water on like when you're flying around at 200 miles an hour, you know. And yeah, this is actually what's happening in real life. So the safety car is out on track, and they're just playing it safe now. And yeah. Thanks, Maxi, for the update. I do appreciate it. And yeah. All right. On one Sunday. All right. So the session's restarting, guys. Yes, let's go. Session restarts in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes time. 2 minutes, and the session is restarting. Let's go. All right. Restart now. All right. Session is restarting. Let's go. Let's go. PogChamp. Yeah. So 1 minute 30 seconds now, and we will be underway. Norris will not get pole position. Norris will be P10. This is real. Yes, it's happening live right now. And yeah, Thank you, Maxi, for all of the updates. You know, I do appreciate it. Lando has no car. Yes, Lando will not be going out. He'll be in P10 for this qualifying session. And let's see what happens. Who can get pole position? It'll be treacherous conditions, but we'll wait and see what happens. So now 5 seconds till green flag running. Oh, so I'm going to change it to green flag, of course, because it's no longer a red flag. And here we go then. The session will be... Oh, no, it's a minute. Oops, I can't read the time. It will be a minute, though. But, yeah. Please no Pogorino F1 Gamer. Yeah. That's from Jimmy Broadbent. I know. Yeah, I watched Jimmy Broadbent because Jimmy Broadbent's a good guy. I'd love to see Vettel in the top 5, you know. Oh my god, we're gonna have to scroll. I'm gonna have to scroll so far up to see who well, actually, guys, all of you guys that predicted Norris was gonna be in the top 3, you all just got absolutely played because Norris is out of the session. He's gonna be P10. Yeah. So sessions, Q3 is underway in now 20 seconds, 15 seconds, and yeah. Do you think Alex Albon will get back into F1? I think if the Red Bull Driver Academy can't get anyone else to drive in AlphaTauri, Alex Albon might come back. But yeah, other than that, I don't think Alex Albon... I think he could, but maybe as a reserve driver and then as a test driver and then maybe get in. But it won't be like next year. I don't think he will be able to get in next year because there's still quite a lot of drivers coming and waiting to get into Formula 1. So here we go. Session has restarted. And let's see who is going out at what speeds and stuff. Right. Sorry if you can hear the clicking of my mouse. I just have to cycle through all of this. I don't know if everyone's out on track. I think everyone's waiting for the rain to go away. It is green light, though, so we'll wait and see what happens. What if Nico Rosberg comes back? I don't think that's happening. It's 8 minutes left of the session. Esteban Ocon is first man out on track on wet tyres. And, yeah. Kaito, I have to confirm that this is real. Yeah. I don't know why it wouldn't be real, but it is. So, yeah, just confirming that Esteban Ocon, first driver out on track. Only driver out on track. Oh, no. George Russell has now come out on track as well. Everyone will be trying to get as well adapted to the conditions as they possibly can. They're going to be testing out the curbs to know if they're going on the right curbs and stuff, you know. And, yeah. It will be starting very, very soon. So Ocon is out. Russell is out. Hamilton is out on intermediate tyres. Interesting move from Hamilton here. With only 7 minutes left of the session, if they're out on the wrong tyres, that could very, very badly hinder them. So Hamilton, Bottas, Vettel, all out on intermediate tyres. We'll see what Verstappen and Perez come out on. But, yeah, this is interesting here. There is a lot of spray. I'm just looking at Esteban Ocon drive up the track, and there is a lot of spray. So Esteban Ocon now, in fact, coming across the line. Oh no, I think he's starting his lap. I'm not exactly sure what's happening to Esteban Ocon. Oh, Esteban Ocon has just come back into the pit. So everyone's switching on to intermediate tyres. Intermediate tyres are the way to go, I think. So Hamilton will be starting his lap, and yeah, Verstappen and Perez are also on intermediate tyres. And yeah. So Russell will be coming in for wets. Will be coming in for inters. And yeah, so Hamilton will be first to start his lap, and then Bottas behind him, then Vettel, then Verstappen, then Perez, then Gasly, and then probably it will be Russell and Ocon. All right. So here we go. This is it. The last 6 minutes of qualifying in the rain at Spa. Looking forward to this. All right. So Hamilton first to start. Yeah. First to start his lap now. He'll be going on the inside line. In fact, not taking the racing line because the racing line is slower. Actually, we've got some team radio from Lewis Hamilton, in fact, so I'm just going to play that. Here we go.
Still a lot of spray.
Lewis, I'll talk to you in this channel. If you're uncomfortable, come straight back in with next.
So Lewis is saying that there's too much spray. but Lewis is now he's in the front of everyone, so he has no spray to deal with, which is good for him. Not good for everyone else behind him, because obviously it's going to be very, very difficult to see. And yeah. All right. There is no more rain that is forecast, so it's only standing water now. So Hamilton has got the fastest first sector, 0.3 quicker than Valtteri Bottas. We'll wait and see what Vettel, Verstappen and Perez can do. So we have Gasly, Ricciardo, Ocon starting their laps, and Russell will be last to start his lap. Hopefully he doesn't get in the way of Valtteri Bottas. And yeah, so Verstappen has took the fastest first sector away from Lewis Hamilton, and Vettel has set the same first sector time as Valtteri Bottas. So good job from Vettel, and Verstappen flying again. So his closest competitor, Lando Norris, is out of the race. Out of qualifying, sorry. And yeah. There is 4 minutes left of Q3. Yep, 4 minutes left. Okay, so here we go now. Esteban Ocon has oh no, never mind. So Hamilton now coming through the final corner, going into the bus stop chicane now, and let's see what can happen. So he crosses the line now and sets a lap time of he's still yet to cross the line. There's like 2 seconds till he crosses the line. He crosses the line and goes for a lap time of 2 minutes and 1 second. Next across the line is Valtteri Bottas. Let's see what he can do. He crosses the line now and goes 2 minutes 3 seconds. So 1.5 seconds slower is Valtteri Bottas than Lewis Hamilton. Vettel is next to cross the line. He crosses the line and goes P3, 0.3 slower than Valtteri Bottas. Next is Max Verstappen. Let's see if he can challenge Lewis Hamilton for pole position. And here we go. And Max Verstappen is in P2, 1 full second behind Lewis Hamilton. So Lewis Hamilton definitely had a very, very good lap. Max Verstappen was significantly slower in the second and third sectors. So maybe it was tyre temperature related, fuel related. We'll have to wait and see on that. But there's 3 minutes left of qualifying. So the drivers will have to do one more lap, and then they will be, that will be the end of their session, really. Yeah. So Gasly crosses the line now, goes P5 ahead of Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez not having a good lap, 2 seconds slower than his teammate. And yeah. All right. It was definitely a marvellous lap from Hamilton for sure. Now Ricciardo crosses the line, goes P7, just marginally slower than Sergio Perez. And then we have Russell and Ocon left to do their laps. We have some team radio from Lewis Hamilton, so I'm just going to put the graphic up and then I'll play that.
So we reckon we should stick to the plan.
Alright, so Hamilton basically just said, the team said, let's stick to the plan, and Hamilton just said, alright, just leave it to me, I'm just going to drive this car and drive the absolute wheels off it for sure. So Lewis on provisional pole, 1 second quicker than Max Verstappen. And in fact, if you guys remember to qualify to FP3, Max Verstappen was 1 second quicker than everyone else in FP3. So let's see if Max Verstappen can bring it back and overtake Lewis Hamilton for the final lap of Q3. So Hamilton now about to start his lap. And this is it. Now the final flying laps of Q3. So we have Lewis Hamilton starting his lap. Next we have Sergio Perez, in fact, who's jumped Valtteri Bottas, I think. But yeah, Hamilton starting his lap now. He's going into turn 1, taking taking an inside line compared to the usual racing line. Obviously because he does not want to get on the racing line, because the racing line in the wet is actually slower. The dry racing line is slower in the wet. So he's taken the wet racing line, which is actually quite weird, unusual, as in how the racing line actually looks. But never mind. Goes through Eau Rouge. He will not be going flat by the looks of it. There's just too much standing water. It's too much of a risk, really. And then we have going through the Kemmel Straight. There's so much spray behind him. Perez and Bottas all caught up in spray. Russell sets the fastest first sector. Oh my god, guys, what is going on? Russell has set the quickest first sector. Excuse me, Russell? He goes 5/10 quicker than Lewis Hamilton. George Russell, 5/10 quicker than Lewis Hamilton in Q3. Excuse me, what? What? Okay, George Russell, absolutely amazing. Lewis Hamilton now start halfway through the middle sector. Let's see what he can do. George Russell about to finish the middle sector. But yeah, everyone is now currently on a flying lap, and this will be it. So we have Russell crossing the line first. He's just navigating his way through the end of the middle sector and starting the final sector. And let's see what his middle sector time is, and if he has successfully set maybe a purple middle sector, that would be absolutely epic. George Russell on pole, that would be cool. George Russell set a purple middle sector. Guys, Russell could be on pole. He could actually do it. Like, oh no. Never mind. Hamilton's took the fastest middle sector, but George Russell, if he sets like a flying middle sector and Hamilton makes a mistake, George Russell could actually be on pole. Can we? Oh my god. He crosses the line now. George Russell goes up into... Which place does he go to? Tell me. Oh my god. Where does he go? George Russell's P1. Oh my god. Russell's P1. Let's go. Oh my god. Sorry for your ears, guys, but Russell's just gone P1. Let's see, where's Hamilton? Hamilton doesn't improve. George Russell's on P1. George Russell's 13 milliseconds quicker than Lewis Hamilton. George Russell, oh my god, guys, what is this? Can everyone smash the like button? And can we get some George Russell pog in the chat or something? I have no idea what's going on. Russell's in P1. Max Verstappen has a chance to take this away from him. He is quicker than George Russell by 3/10 in the middle sector. So let's see if Max Verstappen can take away pole position. But George Russell is pole position to Williams. What? No! Verstappen overtakes him. Verstappen is in P1 by 3/10 of a second, but Russell is still in P2. What? What? No. I'm sorry, guys, but, like, what is going on? George Russell is flying. He's in P2, for God's sake. Like, what? That is crazy. Russell, oh my god. Oh, what the hell? Like, how has that just happened? Russell's in P2. What? Daniel Ricciardo goes up into P4. If Danny Rick was in P4 and if Norris was still in quali, then Norris could have got pole position. What is this? George Russell's just got pole position. I mean, George Russell's in the Williams, has just got pole position, and he's ahead of Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes. That's it. Q3 is over. George Russell has literally got second place in the Williams. Can anyone believe this? Anyone? What is going on, guys? George Russell, I mean... Where's Valtteri Bottas? Valtteri Bottas is in P8, guys. P8. And he would have been in P9 because Lando Norris is quicker than him. So, George Russell P2, Valtteri Bottas P9. Oh my god. Yes, like, how has he done that? George Russell, what a driver. What an absolute driver. Yeah. Like, this is Mr. Saturday coming into his own. Just... He was flying in Q1 and Q2. He carried that pace over, and oh my god, absolutely amazing. And guys, if you remember, going down the Kemmel Straight tomorrow, if George Russell is in P2, then he could definitely get a slipstream off Max Verstappen, guys. Oh my god, if George Russell gets a slipstream off Max Verstappen, that could be so interesting. George Russell is literally doing the impossible, guys. If you guys remember 30 years ago, Michael Schumacher qualified in P6 in a back marker. 30 years later, George Russell has qualified in P2 in a back marker. Oh my god, George Russell, I'm sorry, I've made a comparison to Michael Schumacher, but 30 years ago, Michael Schumacher literally did the exact same. Like, he was in a back marker that should have been P17 or something, and he's up into P6. And George Russell was down in should have been probably P12 where his teammate is, but he's up in P2. Oh my god, wow. Yeah, guys, there's 15 likes left. 15 likes till 300 likes. Can we hit 300 likes, please? Come on, just for George. Can we do this? Can we get 300 likes for George? I don't know why I'm even saying that. But Hamilton is in third position. George Russell narrowly beat Hamilton. And yeah, I mean, look at that. can anyone... George Russell's going to be so annoyed as well because he was so close. Well, it was 0.3 of a gap, and Verstappen had the better track conditions because he was right in last place. But I think Russell is going to be so pleased with himself. P2 in a Williams, guys. Like, oh my god. Yeah, we've hit 300 likes. We're on 320. Like, what? I said hit the like button and 50 people hit the like button. Wow. Thank you everyone for liking. If you guys haven't subscribed, be sure to do that. I think we've got a Verstappen Orange Army shirt here, but I think we're going to need a George Russell shirt here, guys, because what a drive from him. What a qualifying session. Let's hope he can carry that on into tomorrow's race. If it's still raining in tomorrow's race, that's going to be so good for George Russell. He was performing so well in the rain today. Maybe he could perform really well in the rain tomorrow. Who knows what happens? Yeah, what a job. What a lap. Perez in P7 not being able to perform that well compared to Verstappen. He was 2.3 seconds behind Max Verstappen. So Verstappen obviously a lot quicker than Perez today, but oh my god, Russell, he could actually do it. We have some team ready from Max Verstappen. I'm going to play it.
Looks very good, Max. Pole position.
Yes! Oh man, that was so difficult out there, but that is simply lovely. Great start after the break, guys. Lovely.
Well done, mate. Mega job. Difficult conditions, and you got George up there as well with you.
Really good job. We needed that. Great job, guys.
Guys, look at this. Ricciardo has also got a redemption. Yeah, Ricciardo was doing so horribly for the entire season, and now he's up in P4. Very good job from him. Now George Russell and Max Verstappen are just shaking hands now. But yeah, what a lap from him. Absolutely astonishing. Simply lovely from Max Verstappen, but even more lovely from George Russell. I think the whole of F1 Twitter is literally exploding right now. Yeah. Oh my god. Can anyone believe this? Did anyone expect this? What? You nearly sent your MacBook to the ground. Wow. Yeah, rest in peace, Valtteri Bottas. It's Valtteri Bottas' birthday today, and then his rival for his seat at Mercedes has just gone and get P2 in a Williams. I mean, the whole team is going to be so crazy. Let's see what Lewis Hamilton. All right, no, never mind. They're just on the weighing scale now. George Russell just waving over to his team. Yeah, I mean, Crofty's commentating. It's probably obviously going to be better than mine, but yeah. Oh, where's Super Max? Oh my god, I forgot. Let's play some Super Max because Max did get pole position. That is fair enough, but I think we all would have loved to see George Russell get pole position. And that is right. The 2021 season is better than all of the seasons. Like, oh my god. Right, I'm just gonna play Super Max for like 10 seconds or something. I hope it actually comes through. Here we go. So that was Super Max, but I mean, I think someone needs to make a Super George or something. Super George for sure. Mr. Saturday, what a job. Absolutely crazy. Epic qualifying from George. Yeah, rest in peace, Bottas. He's just, he doesn't even know what to say. Wait, let me see what he says on the radio, what he says in the interview. Yeah, so Russell's just speechless. Russell's literally speechless in the radios. So he was just saying the car felt really great and he was really confident in what was happening. So, yeah. I mean, yeah. He isn't crying, but like... yeah, he's pretty composed, but I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, see all you guys. I think I'm just gonna. Russell basically just said, "Let's go for it." So Russell's looking forward to scoring some more points tomorrow. That's what he wants to say. So Russell said if P1 is possible, he will go and get P1. He will try and overtake Verstappen for the lead of the race tomorrow. But yeah, guys, it has been absolutely lovely commentating for you guys. And yeah, just thank you so much for watching. And guys, I will be streaming for tomorrow's race. So yeah, be sure to tune in. And I think when I end this stream, it will take you over to tomorrow's stream, and just make sure to press the reminder button so you get a notification for when the stream starts. Qualifying is over. George Russell is P2, Max Verstappen P1, Lewis Hamilton P3, Danny Rick P4. So those 4 drivers will be at the front. If there is rain tomorrow, then Max Verstappen will be the only driver without any spray. Then we have Seb Vettel P5, Pierre Gasly P6, then Perez and Bottas P7 and 8, Ocon, Norris, Leclerc, Latifi, Sainz, Alonso, Stroll, Giovinazzi, Tsunoda, Schumacher, Raikkonen, and Mazepin last place. So that has been it. If Russell gets a podium, that is, if it rains for the entire race tomorrow, there is a very good chance that Russell could actually score a podium. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I very much do appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope it rains tomorrow. I hope it rains pretty damn hard tomorrow. Guys with the grid penalty, there will be Valtteri Bottas with the grid penalty. He'll be starting P13 tomorrow. And everyone else will be promoted up one place. And yeah. Thank you, Maxi, and everyone that has watched. I think at one point we had all 1,123 of you that have watched. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. For the race, I will be starting streaming 30 minutes before the race starts, but that would be absolutely amazing. Yeah, guys, have a nice morning, day. Wait, have a nice day, morning, evening, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are in the world. And yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers, fellas.